Wah! Yahoo! Hello. Hello. Oh no, why is my mic level down now? Let me put this up a little bit. Hello. Bop, 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 bop. Testing, testing, testing. How's the volume? Let me know. I don't know why my mic levels have suddenly gone down, but hello. Hello, how you guys doing? It is Thursday. It's Thursday. How you guys doing? We're art appreciating today. Let's see who we got here. I like looked away to watch a video that Beans was showing. It was Mortal Kombat stuff, and then when I looked back at the chat, so many things were happening. So many things were happening. So let's see who we got here. We got, wait a minute, Devin beats Saribot. I was just about to say Saribot, our rock. But Devin was first. Devin was indeed first. So good job. Matthew second. Nice. You guys are getting your stickers. Fugubi and Folkello, you guys are getting your stickers too. Guess who was, what? Mexico could only come to third. Wait, what? Among others, got attacked by school of fish. Da 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 da. Hello Zalko. I'm not sure what to say to that. But hello, hello. Hello, Dove Beetle. Welcome, welcome. Harpsichord Enjoyer, you got your sticker! And beeplebees, hello! Oh, hello, hello, Mega Bronson! Welcome, welcome! Mr. Pancakes was there too? And Big and Redeem Remove. Yeah, that was... Okay, so we have 2 new redeems. But I forgot to program in the whole thing where they're not available on the starting soon screen because I don't want you guys to waste your points! Because if you guys do it on this screen, nothing's gonna happen. So I wanted to make it so that it only shows up on the screen where it actually activates, which is the classroom. So it should be usable, but if not, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And then yeah, what Matthew had said. Sutton Butter, you got your sticker. Dove Beetle, you got your sticker. Volume's alright, 7 out of 10, and BGM is 4 out of 10. Alright, okay, you gotta understand there's no water in Cancun, only alcohol? Does Embiggen layer? You'll find out. You'll find out. Justin for a drive, hello, you got your sticker. And with that, we are caught up on chat. Let's go ahead and get to class. Let's see if the redeems work. Don't do them all at once. Don't do them all at once. Because they're gonna overlay on each other and, yeah, don't do it all at once. But hello everyone, hello, it's me, Babinka Bear, your local Sun Bear art history teacher and educational streamer, and today we are art appreciating, and yeah, we do in fact have 2 new redeems. We must make stream an extremely zoomed in shot of Babinka's forehead. No, it's not, my forehead's very cute, it has a little tuft of hair. It has a little tuft of hair. I didn't put on any music, so let's do that. Oh, you summon the cats. You summon the cats. Put them on the floor. Hey! What are you laughing at me for? I'm not a jerk! Are you laughing at me because I didn't put any music? The new redeems aren't there? Okay, maybe that's for the best. Dang, that means that it's not properly set up on SAMMI. I'll have to do it. I'll have to do it manually. Give me a second. Let's put on some music first. I was listening to a little bit of Duran Duran. Because I'm doing my studies for the 80s tomorrow. She deleted the redeems. They're gone forever. No. So we can see the tuft up close. It's a normal tuft. Put on some music. Let's put on some music. Hello. Monday. Hello. 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 Welcome. Welcome. And thank you for the raid. We just started. You caught us at a good time. Hello, hello, and we just put on the Duran Duran as well. But hello, how you doing? Thank you for the raid. I was lurking a little bit in your channel right before I went live. I saw that you were playing that sticker game. How was it? How did you like it? I have it. I think I bought it, but I never actually played it. So let me know how it was. But welcome, welcome. For those who don't know, I'm Babinka Bear. I'm your local Sun Bear art history teacher and educational streamer. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of art appreciation. Folks have sent me some cool photos and artwork and stuff, and I'm just going to be appreciating it as an art historian. But we are also going to yap for a little bit. We also have our dailies, which is Time Guesser. We're going to play that a little bit, and then we'll hop right into the art appreciation. But let's see who we got here. Monday, welcome. Let's scamper campers. Monday raid. Monday something is to see Chilean puppets. Hello, Isaac the Icicle. Welcome, welcome. Red the Panda. Hello. Monday something is to see Chilean puppets. Yeah, we're gonna be looking at Chilean puppets today in art. It's something that Peck School had actually sent to me, so I'm pretty excited to check it out. It's okay, only the nerds use redeems. Oh yeah, we do have a new redeem, but it's not properly set up. I'm gonna have to turn it on manually, so be a little patient with that. I'll turn it on soon, but I just want to catch up on chat first. I saw you were starting, and that's the learning time, and I was so excited to catch it. Nice! Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Scriptorium is on the schedule. Not for this week, but I'm thinking maybe next week. It's cute, very calm, but the folks are going through it when ordering stickers. Oh, interesting. Sticky business, but Scriptorium seems neat. Yeah. I've heard about, I have Sticky Business installed, and then I've definitely heard of Scriptorium. I don't know if I have Scriptorium installed yet, though. Yeah, get your stickers, everyone. For those who don't know, we do have a 1-point redeem. It's our Scratch and Sniff of stickers. And it just makes a little sticker show up on the screen, and they're all based off Filipino treats. So yeah, one more Oregon Trail. I'm not sure. I do have some availability in the schedule. I was actually just setting up my schedule during the day today during work. And I'm thinking it because we haven't done Death Road to Canada yet, now that I think about it, right? We haven't done Death Road to Canada. So that might be on the schedule as well, but for now, I kind of do want to try out Scriptorium because for those who don't know, it's a medieval-inspired, I guess, almost like an art game. Like you can make cool art using just like assets from like illuminated manuscripts, which seems really cool. So yeah. Alrighty, let me hide this screen so that I can turn on the. How about this? I'm gonna turn them on one at a time so it doesn't layer, because I don't know what happens when the two redeems layer. So I'm gonna turn on one redeem, a new one, and then we'll see what happens there. Because the new redeem does stay activated for about a minute. That's why I don't want to layer it basically. So I do have to figure out a way to make it so that it doesn't activate if the other is on. But yeah, someone has to get dysentery IRL for more OT. Oh my gosh. Maybe. Maybe. Redeem layering good stuff. Yeah. It's fun to set it up though. I was setting this up yesterday when I had some free time. And I was doing a lot of trial and error, just wondering like why certain things weren't activating. But it's fun, especially with SAMMI. Once you kind of get the hang of it, it's a lot of fun to do. So let me go ahead and get a drink. Let me get a drink of water, and then we'll start some yaps. Okay, I realize I didn't warm up my voice at all before the stream, so I'm just gonna be taking it easy. I'm gonna try to not be super excited, even though it's really hard not to when it comes to art appreciation. Is it on yet? It is. So I will challenge you guys to find out what the new redeem is. All right, and then from there we'll turn on the second one once you guys have tried out the first. All right, so yeah, it's on there. I've been experimenting, but today for art appreciation, we're going to be looking at quite a few images. So in the Discord, ah! Dang it. You shrunk the bink. Oh no, the timing's off. It was meant to stay for like a minute. So teeny. It was supposed to stay on for a minute. It's okay. And also the magnifying glass is also supposed to go away for that time. But oh well. Wait, let me see which one got... Oh, I know which one got messed up. Okay. There we go. Save. Refund? Nah, you already did it. Here, let me run it again. Hello? Is it not running? Oh no, stop. There we go, then run. There you go. There you go. Okay, let me move my model over so it's over the magnifying glass. There we go. It's like real life. There we go. Now it's going. Now it's going. It's gonna stay like this for about a minute, and then I'll activate the other one. But yeah. What do you guys think? It's pretty fun, isn't it? It's pretty fun. Real scale, no refund. When will these scams end? How dare you? I'm giving you guys a quality education over here. I'm giving you guys a... First of all, did you guys even notice that I took you guys on a field trip to the museum again? This isn't our usual classroom. It's a field trip. 1-to-1 Binka. I just did. No refund? When no way, it's okay. You didn't have to refund it, but thank you. But yeah. Yeah, it's a field trip. It's a field trip. It's not our... There we go. I'm back to normal. I'm back to normal. Let me save, and then let me activate the other redeem. Give me a second. There we go. Embiggen the bink. There we go. That one is active as well, so feel free to try it out. This one I'm still trying to figure out how to do things like... Oh! And now I have achieved ultimate power! It actually looks like I'm just closer to you guys, huh? Like, if I move the cats over here, it just looks like I'm, like, up close and personal instead of, like, large, right? It's a big Vinka! She's back in Pog form. Vinka's actually microscopic. That's just a really small magnifying glass. Hey! Why are you throwing things at me? Gotta get a voice lowering mod when you go wombo. I was thinking about that too, right? I was thinking about that too, making it so I'm like, behold, I am Big Binka. The start running your way. Bakun, hearts racing with you. Teacher catches you on your phone. Excuse me. I'm like all up in your face, you know? It's a good lecture size. Very I am lecturing mode. Yeah, it's like when you guys are talking too much and I'll be like, I can wait. I can wait. There we go. We're back to normal size now. We're back to normal size. Where do I put the cats? I'll put the cats over here. There we go. That way, yeah, too bad you can't see the statue of Pancakes or Pancakes' ancestor in the background, but that's fine, right? You guys are fine with that, right? But yeah, I was thinking about, like, I'm gonna try and figure out if there's a way to make my voice deeper when I get big and higher when I go small. So it's like, hey, what the heck, guys? What the heck? Unless I just manually remember to do that. The sound effect choices are so good. Yeah, the whistle, right? I actually was experimenting a little bit because with SAMMI, you can either make it so that you just turn bigger without any kind of transition. And then I later found out that there's a way to do it smoothly, the way that I ended up going with, where you like gradually grow in size. But at first it was just like a snap to reality. Oop, there goes gravity. But yeah, it was like a snap to like the smaller size and a snap to the bigger size. And to like make it a little bit more convincing, I added like a poof, like visual effect and like sound effect to it. And then I found out that I could just like slide it. Essentially, so that's what happened with that, and I went with like the sliding whistle sound to make it I don't know, a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more cheeky and fun. But yeah, I am kind of like in that mood where I want to do a couple more stream related things with my model. So I do have another idea for another classroom scene. Right now we're in the museum, right? We're in the museum, and then you've also seen that in the classroom we can also transform it to different art styles like surrealism and art deco and all of that. I have another idea, and it's based off some of the art that we've been studying as of late. So there's that. Inspired by the Artemis 2 mission, I might also want to see if it's possible to do like some kind of like space setup. You know, where, like, you know, Mr. Pancakes is floating, or, like, or I'm in my astronaut suit. I need to remake the PNG with, like, my like, yeah, like, my little astronaut suit. Because my first PNG model had an astronaut outfit, but my latest one does not. So I'm gonna have to redraw that, essentially. And it's funny talking about like Mr. Pancakes floating around because I recently found out about something very cute having to do with many space missions. Have you guys ever heard of zero gravity indicators? It's so cute. Let me Google it up for you guys. Zero gravity indicators. What this is for space missions, the astronauts need a way to tell whether or not they're in 0 G. whether or not they're in zero gravity. And what's the best way to do that but with a zero gravity indicator, aka a little guy, a little plushie. Look, it's a Snoopy. The one for this mission is Rise. Yeah, I was just looking it up. It was designed by someone here in California, by a kid. A kid designed Rise, and it's so cute because it's inspired by the Earthrise photo. Let me see if I could show you guys. Actually, would it be here? Nah, I guess not. Alright, to not dox myself. Rise ZGI. Look, it's Rise. It's so cute. And it's like, it's a moon with like a little hat that looks like the Earth, and it's based off of like the Apollo, is it 11? I forgot when the picture was taken. I want to say 11, but like the Apollo 11 like Earthrise picture, as you can see. So it makes sense that like, you know, the Earth is the hat, right, on top of the moon. But there was a little detail that I didn't notice until I like watched a video about it. I don't know. There, look at the back. The back has the back has a little like, oh, where is it? Where's the picture of the back? Where is it? It has a little footprint. It has a little footprint of when man first stepped on the moon. Isn't that cute? Isn't that adorable? I love that. So yeah, you need a zero gravity indicator when you go to space, you guys. You need a little guy to let you know that it is currently 0G. So for example, you have a Snoopy over here. Usually they're tethered also to the ship itself. They're not just kind of like free floating. But it's a good way to tell, you know, for one, when you're in 0G, but also if you're, say, on the space station, then like you can kind of tell like the I guess the movements that are happening, if that makes sense. But I don't know, I think that's really cute. And now I'm adding this part of lore to Mr. Pancakes, is that his big dream is to one day become a 0G indicator, right? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. One day he will be the 0G indicator, but for now, who knows? Let me catch up on chat real quick. The sound effect choices are cool. Rise is the best. Someday it'll be an anime waifu. Just you wait. Just you wait. The canary in a coal mine, but it's Rise being lifted by the noodly appendage of the flying spaghetti monster. No! Well, actually that means that he would be the first Earthling, right? To make contact with alien life. A Snoopy. Hello, Yuki. Hello. I love a Snoopy. 0G's in space. Not when I get up there. Oh my god. If we throw him hard enough, he could achieve, you know, spaceflight. Methinks, right? Wait, that'd actually be so cute if I put like a little astronaut outfit on Mr. Pancakes. He can achieve his dream. He knows nothing of space travel, but you know, when has that ever stopped a plushie? I say that it's like, actually, Snoopy was really trained, was very much trained in NASA protocol and space travel. Do not devalue the role of 0G indicators. But yeah, so who knows? I do want to do a couple of like cool new stream things in that regard.
Well, I am already more than a 0G indicator. I'm a 0G initiator.
Oh no.
Prepare to experience 1 minute of 0G in 3, 2, cough cough. What was I doing?
Oh, okay, thank God. Oh, thank God, thank God. What did he mean by that? What did he mean, a 0G initiator? Don't worry, Mr. Pancakes, you weren't doing anything. You're just chilling. He was just chilling. Am I right, everyone? Am I right? Hey! I see you guys also want to be 0G indicators. Well, just you wait. You get your wish. Wow, look at all those 0G indicators go. It's quite magical, actually. I would love to go to space. You're just in time. You're just in time, Nap. You're just in time. It is not too soon to go to space. It is not too late to travel the world. You're exactly where you need to be. You're exactly where you need to be. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoy the new redeems. I'll see if I can make some more cool things. I also still want to do some kind of like long legs Binka redeem. I want to bring back the long legs Binka for those that don't know the lore. Let's quickly go over to the cub corner just to enlighten y'all. All right, how do I grab her? How do I grab long legs Bink? There she is. Here we go. Once upon a time, this is what my PNG model looked like, except with longer legs. So maybe one day we'll bring her back. One day. But for now, she's sitting on top of the the tomato cans. Lick when? I have to figure that out. I think there is a way to do something about it. I think there is a way, like, maybe when you guys comment, like, exclamation point lick, it brings up, I don't know, like, what is it, Thunder McKing? And maybe with enough licks, you guys can get to the delicious center of the Tootsie, I mean, the ice cube, right? I don't know, I still have to figure that out. I'm picturing Logling's Binka and I don't like it. You don't have to picture it. You don't have to picture it, she's right here. She's right here. In all her glory. I miss her every day. Alright, let me put this back up here. What music is playing right now? I put on Duran Duran. Oh, it's still Duran Duran. Yeah, give me Zap McThunder's Tootsies. Oh, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? What does he mean by this? But yeah, other than that, what have I been up to? I thought I was sick. I thought I was sick on Tuesday. I thought I was getting sick and I was like, no, I don't want to have to cancel art appreciation for like the 3rd time in a row. But I think I was just tired. I think I was just fatigued with waking up early and stuff. But other than that, nothing really big has been happening. That did mean that I did stay home from work, or I worked from home yesterday, so I was able to get a little bit more research done for tomorrow's decade study. I know I say this for every decade study, but I'm pretty excited for this upcoming decade study because every time I look into like art movements, especially contemporary art movements, I find myself changing my mind about a lot of like past opinions that I had. For a little bit of a preview, I'll say this. Before my research, I didn't really care that much for Jean-Michel Basquiat. I thought his art was like, alright. But now he's actually one of my favorites. It's okay to learn more and change your mind about things, because now I find him super inspiring, and I don't know, I think he's neat. I just think he's neat. So that's a little preview for tomorrow. But for today, we're going to be appreciating a couple pieces of artwork that have been submitted in the Discord. So for future art appreciations, if you guys want to submit artwork for me to review through the lens of an art historian, you can do that in the art appreciation channel. Quite a few folks have submitted things, and I did have a queue going, but I realized that a lot of the things that were in my queue would actually be better for next time because they all happened closer to the 1990s than the 1980s. So I just feel like that makes more sense to do that. But before we get into our art appreciation for today, let's do Time Guesser. Let's do Time Guesser. Let's see. Don't know where this could be. Maybe Australia? First National Bank of Boston. Open a checking account today! And today is... Wait, what? March 32? Like 1932? I was like, March what? I mean, the car design does match the 30s. Whenever I think of 30s car design, I do think of, like, the the age of... Put the money in the bag and no one gets hurt, you see? You know, like, that's kind of what the cars remind me of. March 32nd, duh! Yemen cameo? Where? I'm curious. Oh, unless you mean First National Bank of Boston is actually located in Yemen. Very mouse PI. The cars do look it, but also this feels a little bit more geometric. That feels a little bit more closer to the 40s and 50s. So if we're thinking that this is March 1932, I don't know. Wait, let me look at my car studies from past decades. I have a little notebook with all of the with all of my little car sketches. Yeah, Boston, you men. Everyone knows that's definitely a thing. Yeah, I do too. Now I do. Oh, I hear Schnackery. He wants in. All right, let me look at what cars look like in the 30s. Schnackery. Actually, yeah, the cars do kind of look like that. No, actually, no, they don't. So, like, if you look at the part where the Schnackery, what's up, baby? If you look at the part of the car here that's covering the wheels, in the 30s, that was sticking out a little bit more. Like, those were its own kind of, like, parts on the car. Here, the part that covers the wheel is more incorporated with the overall shell. I think Schnackery is questioning my methods. Come here! He's so talkative today. So actually, this might be later. This might even be the 50s. You know what? I'm thinking late 40s, early 50s. I really could be overthinking it, but I don't know. This doesn't quite look 30s in terms of car design. Even though it says March 32, you know. Schnackery. Why is he so noisy today? What's wrong? He just wanted some pets. There's a sign in the image and a date and location, and she's Googling cars? I mean, that is an address. Wait, it's definitely Boston, right? Boston, Mass. Does it actually say, like, a date? Are you talking about this? The March 32? The car design looks more 40s than 30s. That's what's tripping me out. Look in the background, too. Look, there's tail fins. That's such a 50s thing. There's tail fins. I'm gonna put it for, like, 50. I'm gonna put it for 50. At Boston. Let's see. Schnack Attack, thanks for the big emote, Matthew. See, it wasn't the 30s, it was 62. I wasn't far enough. In the future. It's March 32nd. An automated billboard displaying today's date as March 32nd at the Charles Street MTA station in Boston. The mechanical sign, designed to advance one digit daily, defaulted to the non-existent date when the station remained closed during a transit strike, and no workers manually set it to April 1st, resulting in an accidental April Fool's joke. You'll love to see it. March 31st was actually the original leap year. I would believe... Is that actually a thing? Or I would believe that. I would believe that. Wait, why can't I scroll down? Hello? It me. It's not letting me scroll out. There we go. And then was it actually... Yeah, it was in Boston. It's just not loading up. But it turns out it's in the 60s. It's in the 60s. See, I told you guys that it's not 1932. Okay. Let's see round 2. Fight. Alright, let's see what we got here. This looks like military uniform. Reminds me of German military uniform. Let's see. This looks like... Wait, we need some text. I think we're seeing a little bit of text. Sony something? Not Sony as in, you know, Japan, but... We're seeing lots of bikes. We're seeing... Oh, dress length, right? Dress length for the ladies. It's a little bit longer, but ankles are showing, so you know that makes it at least 1920s. But I am suspecting maybe closer to the 40s. Some of the men are hatless, which I feel like is a little bit closer to the 40s and 50s. Once again, this does look like military uniform, so maybe this is during World War II. There's something about like these little parts here that remind me of like German, but this could also be, I don't know. There's something about this hat that makes me think American, but the thing is I did not study military uniform well enough. We do have text here. Passage in Reisboer, Lison Lindman. Reisboer and Lindman makes me think German, but Passage and Lison makes me think French, right? Ankles! How did it take me till now to realize that March 32 is not a possible date? It's too far into April for you to be believing these things. Oh, you'd be surprised. Well, no, you wouldn't be surprised with how gullible I am. You tell me that there's a Spotify, musical thing on the ceiling, and I will look up. And look, it is up there. You tell me Duran Duran is on the ceiling, and I'll believe it. Oh. Let's see. Let's see what else we can take a gander at. Yeah, I'm not seeing too many, like, hats on the guys. I am seeing a lot of bicycles. That's making me think, like, possibly Amsterdam, but architecture I can't quite place either. I can't quite place, like, where this is. For a second, I thought this said sausages. Sausages? The curls are also reminding me of the 40s. Let's do late 40s. Like right after the war ended, right? Yeah, let's do 47. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure, like, where, though. Passage and Reisburg. Maybe this is cut off? It looks like there's another letter here. So maybe Reisbüro? Lison Lindman? If it was German, I feel like there would be an extra N at the end, right? Lindman? So maybe this... Oh, wait, the map is not loading up. Hello? The map's not loading up. Hello? Hello? Okay, let me refresh. I don't want to accident. There we go. Now it's loading up. Let's say if it's in between Germany and like German and French, what if we put Belgium? What if we put Belgium? Lindman? Is that what it might say? It looks like it's just Lindman. That now I am starting to doubt if that's like if there's like an apostrophe in there. But let's just say Belgium, especially if this is like the end of the war. Maybe this is celebrating the end of the war. I was gonna say like celebrating, but I'm only seeing like one guy really smiling and everyone else is just like kind of observing. Let's say Brussels, Belgium, 1947. Ah, The Hague. Crowds in The Hague watching German prisoners of war being transported out of the city following the surrender of occupying Nazi forces and the liberation of the Netherlands at the end of World War II. I was pretty close. 2 years off, but it was still over here, like in the what's it called? Like the... Because of Italia, I always associate Luxembourg, Belgium, and Netherlands like very much close together. But I feel like I was close, right? I also doubt. Right? Because like I said, there's something about like this guy's uniform that reminded me of like German uniforms, but once again my frame of reference is Italia, so take that with a grain of salt. All right, round 3, fight. That's tie, or at the very least it looks tie. Safan Kwai Don Mueng Dindaeng. I want to say this is tie. The hair looks... Look, that guy has kind of like the side swept bangs. Hitalia, how head is it really? Yesn't. Shaking my head. Fit to be tied. Mm-hmm. Wait, it could also be... The thing is, I found out the hard way that, like, while it looks Thai, it could also be, like, Cambodian or Laotian. Because Vietnamese, it's basically Latin text with a lot of diacritics. But Thai has its own writing system, but it does look pretty close to Laotian and Cambodian. So now I'm, like, wondering. Lat Frau, right? Because I don't know if these are the... was it phonemes and diphthongs that you would see in Thai? Because now I'm like, oh, what if it's actually Laotian? Let's just say Thai. Let's not overthink it. Let's say Thai. And then the hair over here does kind of remind me of, like, you know, emo hair. So that's making me think, like, early 2010s or late 2000s. Like, 2009 at least. But let's just say it's 2010. Bangkok. It is Bangkok. I was overthinking it. I was like, oh, well, what if it's Laotian? The ocean? People navigating a flooded intersection on Bangkok after a record-breaking monsoon rains caused the country's worst flooding in decades. And it's 2011, 1 year off. Not too bad, right? The emo hair. The emo hair was the giveaway for me. It's like, I've seen that hairstyle many a time back in the day, you know? Ooh, okay, this is after the 30s. Because look at what I said about this car. The thing that covers the wheel is not its own kind of portion of the car. It's combined with the overall frame. The headlights also are, they're kind of like latched onto, like, if this is a knee, it's almost like latched onto the knee of the car. Yeah, Hank Hill's voice. Sorry, you're Chinese or Japanese? This is Khan. He's Japanese. No, he ain't. Ain't that right, Mr. Khan? Alright, let me take a look at my sketches. So the 50s is when you... No, actually, the 40s. The late 40s, early 50s is when you see this kind of, like, car design. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's the late 40s, early 50s. This could also be someone's old car, right? So we might need to see some other clues. The architecture is making me think European. But also, I'm, like, looking at, like, the cars are going over here on the right side. So maybe not Great Britain. But where, though? I actually don't know what kind of car this is. Wait, what's that little lion? There's a little lion there. Wait, I feel like, have I drawn this exact car? No, I don't think I have. But, have I? Okay, I'm looking at one of my drawings of the Hudson Hornet, and it literally kind of looks like this, but I don't know that insignia. I don't know much about cars, period. There's also an older car in the back, like a much older car, because, like, the, it looks like something from, like, the 30s. Let's just say this is early 50s. But location-wise, I'm actually not sure. Is there anything that could hint at the location? Because once again, like, I don't think this would be Great Britain because look at the car direction here. It's on the right side. That's not the hot DILF car from the hit movie Cars, right? That's what I was thinking. Okay, I wasn't thinking the hot DILF part, but that's not Dog Hudson. That's not Dog Hudson. Could this be America then? But I don't know if, like, where would you see this, like, kind of, like, monumental style architecture in America, right? Other than DC, but DC is more, like, neoclassical. This feels a little bit different. He did what in his cup? Sure you weren't? Oh my gosh. No, that's something that you're gonna have to talk to my brother about. Cars was his hyperfixation. If I have to listen to Life is a Highway one more god dang time. I can't figure it out. I want to say Europe, but the thing is, like, the car also reminds me of, like, the car reminds me of, like, America, but maybe it's French. Maybe it's French? Let's make a guess. France! 1951 France. Let's do it. Ah, what is this? A Peugeot. Peugeot. It's in Prague. It's in, no, not Austria. Czechia. You know what? I don't think we will. Requesting my life as a highway. I'm gonna ride it all night long. Okay, not too bad, not too far off. Okay, what is this? What the fresh heck is this? UDT World Cup Rally. What did that mean? United these these trucks, United These Trucks World Cup Rally. Obviously that's the Thai flag if I've ever seen. No, I'm just kidding. There is the British flag here. Whoa there. Fashion, look, fashion reminds me of like the 70s. Oh, and look at that camera. Look at that little camcorder. Maybe this is 70s. Let's do late 70s. Her highlights though, those highlights look like they're, you know, 2010s, but everything else is kind of pointing to this being 60s, 70s. World Cup Rally 12, London, Munich. Okay. Mayhaps we are in London. How are they driving to Munich? They're on an island. I mean, is this actually like the little roadway here? I forgot what wasn't there like a comedian that had this bit where it was like or was this like a Who's Line thing? I think it was a Who's Line thing where it was like unexpected street signs or unexpected road signs, and it was something like "Welcome to Hawaii. How did you get here in a car?" Time travel so they can divert through the channel. Yeah, I'm like, how does it get from London to Munich? Maybe on a ferry, right? Maybe on a ferry. These past 5 rounds have been pretty car heavy, wouldn't you say? Let's say 1976 London. And it is 2 years off. We weren't too far off. Nice. British racing driver Stirling Moss and co-driver Michael Taylor departing Wembley Stadium in their Mercedes-Benz at the start of the 1974 London Sahara Munich World Cup. They're going to the Sahara? Dang. The 12,000-mile course crossed the Europe into Africa via Gibraltar, traversing the Sahara Desert before returning north through the through Italy to the finish line in Munich. Interesting. Nice. We got into the 40K. Let's freaking go. We got into the 40K. I think the biggest geographical difference was this one where we thought it was Paris and it was actually Czechia. They spell color wrong over there. They spell a lot of things wrong. They even use the wrong they use non-imperial. Isn't that crazy? Don't weight shame the cars. Okay, I won't. 40K mention. Okay, let me go ahead and put this in daily games. Paste. Nice. Let's see. We have 10 minutes before the ad break, but we could do a really quick. You know what we haven't done lately? Actually, we haven't done Food Guesser. Lately. Let's do it. And then we'll probably do an ad break, and then we'll get right into the art appreciation. They use non-imperial, but they aren't the Empire? How dare they? 40K mention. Yummy cheese. I feel like a lot of the things that we have to guess on Food Guesser are either cheese or drinks. Or pastries. Where it's like, a lot of the ingredients are kind of the same, you know? I want more ethnic food. Come on. Cow's milk, cheese milk. Oh, 64 slices of American cheese. Give it to me. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, you're getting pancakes too. Love it. Gotta love it. Sheep's milk, goat's milk, salt, Renee, starter culture. A semi-hard, naturally smoked cheese using the stretched curd method. Primarily crafted from cow's milk, which is typically formed into a distinctive cylindrical shape, tied with a string and hung to cure over a smoky fire. Who can prevent forest fires? You have chosen me, meaning you. That is incorrect. You can prevent forest fires. Pancake's getting AOE'd with the cheese. Such is his fate. Okay, I never know where to start when it comes to cheese. I usually just go France. So let's start there and see if our geography can help us out. And if not, we can also just open up a map. Yeah, let's just open up a map. Let's open up this map. I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map, I'm the map. Okay, what do we have here? It's warm and to the east. More so to the east, okay. So we could do maybe Poland? Poland, Slovakia, Hungary. Let's try Poland. I mean, where would you guys start if it was something as general as cheese, you know? Mezzavone. Mezzavone. Italy? Are we thinking Italia? Hot? Feeling hot, hot, hot. Oh, to the southeast. Okay, to the southeast. Maybe Greece or Turkey? Let's try Greece. Nice. There we go. The cheese is only semi-hard while being stretched and hung. I've been eyeing this cheese in my local CSA list. Nice. Wait, what is CSA? Cheese Starter Alliance? Cheese Student Alliance? Oh, not this cheese? I haven't heard of... I'm not really, I'm into cheese, but I'm not an expert with cheese. I just know that I like cheese. Okay, so this is flour, water, scallions, salt, sesame oil, vegetable oil. Isn't this, that Korean pancake? Not Mr. Pancakes, but the Korean pancakes. It reminds me of it. Especially if it has scallions. Salt, sesame, vegetable oil. Savory, unleavened flatbread with delightful layers crafted from dough infused with vibrant green onions. Each piece is lightly pan-fried to achieve a crispy exterior while preserving a tender, chewy interior. There's something about this picture in particular that reminds me of, like, those Korean pancakes that, like, if you guys have, like, Asian, like, supermarkets in your area, they usually have these, like, pre-packaged and stuff. Let me try it out. Ah, warm. Okay. It doesn't say border, so it's not China, but it's warm. Maybe Southeast Asia?
64
slices of American cheese. Again, so soon? Don't mind if I do. Yum, 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 yum. I'm into cheese, but only as a friend. Farm. Oh, community supported agriculture. Ah, farm delivery boxes. I thought this was scamorza. Ah, okay, okay. These are so tasty. I thought it was like the Korean pancakes, but maybe it's Southeast Asian. Let's do Vietnam. If it's warm, it's probably somewhere in Asia, maybe Southeast Asia. Borders. Kong Yu Bing. Borders to the northwest. Is that Laos? Let's try Laos. Borders, Laos. To the north? Is it China? If it's China, this would have said borders. Yeah. What the heck? Like, is this China? Why did it not say borders? Oh, because I had put South Korea. If I had put North Korea, it would have said borders. Dang it. I see. Oh, and I should have been able to tell, given like what it says here. Song Yu Bing. Scallion pancake, green onion pancake. I feel like, doesn't Korea have their own version of this? I think about it every time because a full stack of items in MC is 64 items. That being said, I'd be down for it. I forgot to tell you guys, the algorithm has placed a very odd topic on my YouTube recommended page. I've been watching a lot of videos about Chinese like beauty trends. It's the most random thing that's ever been put on my algorithm, because I don't think I've even looked up anything like even adjacent to like Chinese fashion or beauty trends or anything, but it's one of those things that's like, it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild to look into because it's these things like, oh, different kinds of like plastic surgery they get and different kinds of like filters they put on themselves, and it's just so like morbidly fascinating, but it's also completely unrelated to anything that I actually usually look up on YouTube, like linguistics or astronomy stuff because of Artemis 2, or recently it's like art movements of the 1980s. It's like, oh, you look like you want to know about Chinese beauty standards. It's like, what are they trying to say? What are they trying to say about me? Anyway, let's move on. Ooh, peanuts, sugar, salt, manioc flour, condensed milk. This looks like polvoron. This looks like it looks crumbly enough to be polvoron, right? Dish is a sweet treat made from a sweet treat. I love sweet treats. A blend of ground peanuts, sugar, cassava flour, resulting in a crumbly, melt-in-your-mouth texture. Often enjoyed as a snack or dessert. Distinctive nutty flavor, and is typically pressed into a small. It's reminding me of like what is it? Choco nut. It's reminding me of wait. Choco nut. I don't know if this is like a. Oh, it's not actually choco nut. It's choc nut. I forget. Is this just a Filipino thing, or is this like a everywhere thing? Because I love these. I love these so much. And I know that like my household has them all the time, but I just don't. Like I said, is this an American thing or a Filipino thing? I don't know, but it reminds me of that. So let's just say it's Philippines, because it also reminds me of polvoron, right? It's ice cold. No, okay. And it's to the northwest. Maybe it's European then? United Kingdom? Ice cold? Wait. Pasoca de Amondoim? That sounds Portuguese. Brazil? Brazil! Vai Brazil! Nice. Peanuts. Let's see. Paçoca de amendoim is a traditional Brazilian sweet made from ground peanuts, sugar, and salt, particularly popular during Festas Juninas, which is a traditional June festival in Brazil. The name paçoca comes from the indigenous Tupi word pasoc, meaning to crumble or to smash. Oh, that's cool! Awesome. I want to try. I want to see if it tastes anything like chocolate. I love this so much. It's like hazelnut with peanuts and stuff in it. It's so tasty. See, I've been watching British Twink teach him metal forging. Wait, actually, that sounds pretty interesting. I've never seen that in my life. Brazil mention. It looks like Scottish tablet. Ooh, what is Scottish tablet? Scottish tablet. Oh, that looks tasty. This looks like it's a little bit more of like a melt in your mouth, like gummy flavor. I'm always down for a sweet treat. I'm always down for that. Even though the doctor tells me I should cut down on the sweets. But anyway, always down for a sweet treat. Okay, okay. Oh, little rise. What's our score? What's our score? Super foodie. We didn't do as good as we usually do, but it's okay. It's quite alright. Oh, wait. Wrong button. There we go. Alright, posted out to daily games. It's hard and crumbly. Oh, okay, okay. Very cool, very cool. Alright, so we still have a couple, like, a minute before the ad break starts. So how about this? I'll go really quickly over what art we're going to be looking at today. So let's go ahead and I'll direct over to the stream manager. So first off, Peck School had posted a whole bunch of different images on the Discord from a art exhibit that they went to, that him and his partner went to. And apparently it's based off of a... Okay, let me read what they wrote. Always down for a sweet treat. And microwave fish. Hell yeah, I am. Idol. I was like trying to remember, like, why can't I remember her name? Idol. Peck School and Idol. So Peck School had said, I don't know if you're familiar with 31 Minutos, a Chilean puppet show that parodies a news studio. They had a Tiny Desk concert with NPR a few months ago. They have a museum of behind-the-scenes stuff along with puppet art, and it's been in Tijuana, I'm assuming, for a few weeks now, and we got to go yesterday. We wanted to share a few pics we took. So yeah, all of these are from that exhibit. So it looks like these are all puppets from that Chilean show. 31 minutes. Wait, how do I say it in Spanish? I have to remember. I keep thinking in like Japanese, like san ichi something, sanju ichi something, but no, what's it in Spanish? 31 minutos, right? Is that how you say it? And I did end up watching one like snippet of the show just to like familiarize myself with it, and it's very charming. It's very cute. I'm just not used to listening to Chilean Spanish. Like, the main Spanish I've heard in my life is Mexican Spanish, so I'm very used to Mexican accents. So, like, if I ever listen to, like, Argentinian Spanish or Caribbean Spanish, I'm just like, what? Like, what? Shiopi, hello. Crucified puppet kind of goes hard, right? We're not gonna look at all of these like in depth, but I just think a lot of them are neat. We are gonna take a little bit of a look at that. I mean, I do know that we have our ad break coming up, and then I believe beeplebees suggested this cool Cal Art short film. And then this art piece that is inspired by medieval cats, recommended by Matthew. And then if we have time and if I have the energy, we might look at human spaceflight mission patches, because I think that's neat. The teams of each mission had to make these patches themselves, or at least come up with the design by themselves. So that's basically what we have in store for today's art appreciation. We do have an ad break starting up in a couple of seconds, so I'm going to go ahead and put you guys in the cup corner. I'm going to get me some water, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. It's always great to see languages split. Yeah, right? Exactly. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Be good! We are back. Were you guys good? Were you guys good eating the poisonous berries? I threw up. Oh my gosh. Pancakes! We need the sawdust. We need the sawdust. Be good, she's asking for the impossible. Always love to always great to see languages split. You're gonna love this one tower. Oh my gosh. One might say it's an excellent tower to be babbling in. Get it? Alright, let's get into the art appreciation, shall we? Alright, so Peg School had posted this once again. And it looks to be first of all, I've heard of Tiny Desk. I know that a bunch of performers are able to do like mini concerts, basically. Little mini concerts, and I think it's sponsored by NPR. I had no idea though that there was like little behind the scenes little installations and stuff in it too. So these are all really cool. So let's go ahead and just let's see. When doing letters in Posca, do you do the second color surrounding the first like an outline, or just one like a shadow? I've never actually done I'm actually thinking about it, like whether or not I've ever done like calligraphy in Posca markers before. I haven't done graffiti style though. I have been thinking about it. That might actually be next week. Because ever since you guys expressed interest in that, I've also been expressing interest. Now that I know that you guys are like interested in that, I'm like, ooh, okay, I might do that. So I've actually been practicing in my little notepad. I've been practicing making like bubble letters and stuff, and trying to look up tutorials on how to develop my my graffiti / tagging style. So we might actually do that next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday. But I'm trying to think if I've ever done just done like any kind of like lettering or calligraphy, and I don't think I have. All of my Posca art has been like figurative art, like drawing a bear or drawing, you know, a person or something like that. So but that's a good question. It's a good question. Let's take a look at the show that this exhibit is referencing, 31 Minutos. Or sorry, what is it again? 31 Minutos. 31, right? Here we go. See, I did watch like a teensy bit. I watched a little bit of this one, and I find it very cute and charming. I watched like this section where it's like about a kid that is saying that like he wants to dye his hair blue. And like, but his mom won't let him. And he's like, I never say anything when my mom dyes her hair or even gets tattoos. So how come she's telling me that I can't dye my hair? And it's like a really cute exchange. And kind of like what Peck School said, it looks like it's puppets, but kind of like parodying like a news studio. So I'm going to mute it just for copyright purposes. But I also like, if you guys were ever interested in this, there is this whole playlist that has English subtitles. So if you guys want to check that out yourselves, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat. There you go. But it's very cute, very charming. And like I said, like the main thing is that like I'm so used to like Mexican, like the Mexican accent when hearing Spanish, that like any other accent, I'm just like, whoa, that sounds like my ears are just not used to it. Also, this logo is very cute. There's something that reminds me of like Nazca art, which would actually be a little bit more north, but like I wouldn't be surprised if the art forms like closer to Chile would also resemble something like this. It's very cool. It's very cool. It looks like a bird, right? Even though it's supposed to be like 31, like the number 31, but it looks like kind of like a bird. Like this is the eye, this is the beak, these are the wings, you know. Very charming all around. So yeah, there's like all these puppets. They're doing like a cute like news show, and it looks like they also performed for NPR's Tiny Desk concert. So once again, muting this just for copyright purposes, but it was pretty cool. I also watched a teensy bit of this as well. Look at him shredding on that guitar. Isn't that cool? But yeah, they did a cute like concert. And then it looks like there was a whole bunch of like behind the scenes stuff. First of all, I'm only vaguely familiar with Tiny Desk concert by NPR. I do know that one of my favorite Filipino American artists had performed there, Ruby Ibarra. And I believe either her or one of like her musicians had actually like posted on their Instagram like what it's like to be like backstage there. Which also, like, I 100% recommend that you guys check this video out as well. This concert is really cool, but as you can see, there's like, it's more of like a virtual concert in a way, where like they're kind of performing in this small space, but it's a vibe. It's a vibe. So yeah, with that in mind, this is the little exhibit that goes along with the 31 Minutos concert. And it's pretty cool because, like Devin had said, like, a puppet being put in certain like poses and stuff, it goes pretty hard. It's pretty cool. So stuff like this as well, kind of like parodies of original artworks or of like older artworks. So first off, we have like once again, we're not gonna go over all of it like really in depth. We're just kind of gonna glance at each picture, but let's see what we can appreciate from each of them. So this is giving Banjo-Kazooie vibes, right? Where it's like all mundane objects, but they all have eyes on them, or they have some kind of thing that anthropomorphizes them, right? You have like the little eyes on the shoes over here, eyes on the phone, eyes on the pipe, but also teeth, eyes on the racket. I think this glove doesn't have any eyes. I think, is it the only thing that doesn't have eyes? But it does have abs. It does have abs. So, you know, anthropomorphized in some way. I like the teeth on this one and the little nose on the like ping pong paddle. Hair over here, right? It goes along with the kind of like whimsical nature of puppets, right? Especially like Muppet style puppets. I like it. I dig it. And then this looks like a collection of all the puppets that they use in the 31 Minutos. So this guy we saw as like the main I guess like newscaster. And he does kind of look like he's being crucified. He kind of does. But then there's all sorts of other little fellows, right? We got a tree over here. We got a dude. We have a hot dog. Very cool, you know. A foot, you know. Cesar. A rat. A rat. Let's see, what else can we find here. Is that a bear? Is that one of my brethren? Is that a footman or a man wearing a foot cosplay? Yes. Get crucified, idiot. POV. Like the Romans to Jesus. It's a bee. A rat. And then we have some artwork as well. Ooh, with some tombstone text. Tin Man top right, I missed it. Tin Man top right. Wait, I don't know my left from my right. This side, right? There is a Tin Man. You can barely see it, but he is there. Oh my god, this guy looks like the homie. Look at look at the bandana. Okay. We have some artwork as well. Oh my god, wait, I just realized this is Attack on Titan. I just realized when I saw the skeleton. You know what this calls for. Rumbling. It's coming, rumbling, rumbling. Ding, 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 ding. Call back for you. Go back to the dragon. Too late. We're Attack on Titan. We're Attack on Titan. El retumbar de los tulios. Is that the rumbling of the tulios? Whatever that means. Ness is sans confirmed. Ness is sans confirmed, hello? Pintura acryla sobre lienzo? So is this acrylic on canvas? Boo, AOT sucks, boo. I like it, but also I do acknowledge that, like, in many ways, it's a little bit odd, that one. It's a little bit odd, that one. Also, the music is pretty banger. Guia Ristica? Or, Furistica? Uristica, something? Super Badok. Totopa is Chap. It's a little, like, figurine. It's a little figurine of one of their characters. Altar. Oh, Oaxacan altar. Altar Oaxaqueño? Enrique Mari. I can't read the name. And it's mixed media. Cool, cool. Oaxaca. Oh, is this like a... Is this modeled after a Oaxacan altar? That's pretty cool. But that's just kind of funny. I didn't realize... Because I mainly like saw this part. And then when I zoomed in and saw this, I was like, wait a minute. Cool, cool. This looks like Bender. These look like little benders, right? Or like, I'm trying to think of what else. I like the little like open can over here. And a spilled one over here. That's a nice little touch. Right? It's very Bender from Futurama. The music does unfortunately slap, yeah. Full agree. Especially Our War. Actually, all of the themes, all of the like opening themes, they go pretty hard. And at least one of the that one ending theme that's just called like Child of Evil or something. That one hit so good. But yeah. And then this is the view from above. It looks like we did see a spotlight in the other one. Oh, they're parachuting in. Look at the shadows. It's more of the Bender cans. They're parachuting in. Very cute. And we have something Egyptian. You guys know that I love Egyptian stuff. So we have a Egyptian-style sarcophagus, right? An Egyptian-style sarcophagus. And then inside is some stuff associated with ancient Egyptian death rituals, such as these are kind of based off canopic jar. Wait a minute. I think I've seen these little pig statues before. I don't remember where, but I think I've definitely seen these little pig statues, and the artist kind of like repainted them to make them look a little bit more Egyptian. They remind me of like when you go to there's like a Korean store that me and Beans go to that have like little candies inside of it. Sometimes it has those candies that are like what do you call it? Like it's like the Jello thingies that you kind of have to like suck out. But if you do it it does look like Porky Pig. You're right. It does look like Porky Pig. Have you ever gotten those little like Jello things that are kind of like Jello shots, but not necessarily alcoholic? But if you suck it out too fast, you could unfortunately choke on it. I do remember like my parents getting those like a lot as a kid. Not saying that it's ever happened to me, but you know that is a thing that could happen. But anyway, we do also have a I remember, yeah, those jelly cups. The jelly cups, right? And they usually come in these little like canisters that are clear, and they might have like a little character on them, right? I never sucked it out so fast, but I have choked on it. See, it's not just me. I mean, fuck. I mean, it's not just the individuals who have experienced it before. Anyway, we have a facsimile of the Rosetta Stone here. We have a facsimile of the Rosetta Stone. We have a doggo. We have it looks like it's meant to be Anubis, and then we also have like a mummified cat question mark, along with some hieroglyphs in the back. Ooh, and I can read some of these, because some of these might just be like random glyphs that they just chose. Some of these are inspired by actual glyphs, like this one over here. Actually, can you see my pointer? Yeah, you can see my pointer. This one is based off of like a glyph that either denotes a person or a deity, but they added a little beak to it. This one is definitely a glyph, and it signifies the sound for N, for N. This one, it looks like the double reed, which I'm trying to remember. I think it's either... Is it the glottal stop? It's something. It's like, the double reed is a hieroglyph. But the rest of these might be a little bit more like, they were taking like some artistic liberties. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. These could all be based off of like actual glyphs. This one over here I can barely read, but that is the K glyph. Or Ka. But very cute. I like this. It looks like they did their research. Like they didn't just put like random like decorations on here. It looked like they did at least look at some kind of like reference to decorate this. And I just think that's neat. Alright, next up. Ooh, we're getting into some classical paintings. Ooh, okay. Some of these I'm not 100% familiar with. But it does look like they replaced like the the faces with perhaps faces from the 31 Minutos segment. That's fun. I like the guy in the orange. And a little guy over here with a dog. A doggy. I want it to be known that I have no idea what jello thing you were talking about. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You. I was considering having a redeem, not even a redeem, like a chat control where I get the spray bottle on you guys. I give you guys a little spray bottle. I just give you like a when you guys are being naughty, when you guys are breaking class rules. Hello, please crush me. You ate those jelly cups before? Yeah, right? Those jelly cups, man, they get you. Dun 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 dun. It's okay, just ban me? No. Like, you're gonna get the squirt bottle. Like, eventually. Like these, wait, I'm not gonna open that on screen, but I am gonna open it on... Yeah! These exact ones. Not these exact ones, but definitely something like that. Mom got them from the Filipino store all the time. Yeah, same. Nowadays, they look like little characters. They have like little, like, either they look like little maneki nekos, or like, they just look like little characters. The Asian flavors like lychee. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Ooh. This looks... Wait, what is going on here? This looks like the main newscaster. Like, the head is superimposed on, I'm gonna say Mama Mary. Right? And then, I don't think this is Jesus. I think this is a saint or something. Oh, look at the little guy. That's so adorable. I'm gonna say I kind of dig this kind of art where it's kind of like painting over, not literally painting over, but like painting over like a copy of like some kind of classical art. I think there's another example with the Mona Lisa. But here's another one with some kind of like royal figure, right? Ooh, I do want to figure out what the original artwork is, because look at the lace. Like, look at how they're showing the, what's it called? Rendering the lace on this outfit. That's pretty cool. You literally have to have like a very fine brush to do something like that. Oh my gosh! Look, this is based off of that one artwork that, like, it was like a Jesus artwork that someone in Spain, I believe, had tried to retouch, and she ended up just making it look very derpy. Let me see if I can find it. It's like the Jesus touch up meme. Potato Jesus. There we go. We got Potato Jesus. So you get that picture, and then you put it on this guy. If we're listening to Weeb openings, Danger from Shangri-La Frontier. Is Shangri-La the Frontier the one with the guy with the blue bird head? Because I've been wanting to check that out. I watched the first episode, loved it, and then never continued it. I'd be down. This kind of just started like auto-playing after rumbling, so I'm open to it. Oh, there's multiple results if you Google Danger. Do you know what? Wait, Shangri-La. Okay, let me know if this is... I don't know if this is like a cover or if this is the actual song. Very good, highly recommend. I like the premise of it, right? Isn't the premise that it's just a guy that likes like trashy games and he likes breaking them? I just think that's so funny. Like, we need more anime that talks about things like speedrunning and glitches and stuff like that, where you have to like clip into the floor in order to like make yourself go supercharged. Shangri-La, as in the egg, it all goes back to Digimon. It always does. I don't remember the band name. The only thing they've done is 2 openings for SLF. Ah, okay. I see. Oh, I like how the little puppet is like holding its own hands. That's very, very cute. Cool. Oh, the Last Supper, you just gotta. Which one of these is Judas? Which one is Judas? I think this one, right? You know, I rarely go on Instagram, but I kept on seeing, this is the song though. Cool, cool. I keep on seeing this meme of like someone saying like, oh, I wonder which one is Judas, and it's like, I think it's like a Portuguese or Brazilian cartoon. It's like a Bible cartoon. Wait, let me see if I can find it. I wonder which one is Judas. Yeah, it's this one. I found it. Let me pause this for a second. Which one's Judas, you guys? Wait, this is translated. Is it supposed to be? Oh, it's that weird thing where it like automatically like makes the like audio track like English or something. Magandang gabi ka sa inyong lahat. Here, let's play it in the original. There's something about the original Portuguese that makes it kind of funnier. Serei eu, senhor? I wonder which one. I wonder which one it is. I don't know any Portuguese, but there's just something like it hits better. It hits better in the original Portuguese. Serei eu, senhor? Serei eu, senhor? Man, which one could it be? Which one could it be? Which one of these is gonna betray Jesus? It truly is a mystery. Is it me, Jesus? Is it me? Yeah, the AI dub. Had the whole Jesus set on VHS. Oh, cool, so you actually watched it. Oh, you said you remember that old cartoon. Oh, cool, cool, cool. It could be anyone. It could even be you. Also, I hear Schnackery at the door. Give me a second. Alright, Schnackery is in the premises. Prepare yourselves, Bibbing Cubs. It was Schnackery. Serei eu, senhor? Oh, what's up, buddy? You don't like that joke? You don't like being equivalated to Judas? I like also like the little fake food over here. Look at that burger. Look at the size of that big burger. That has to be Judas. Only Judas can eat such a big burger. It was obvious. He's the red spy. The AI dub makes everything really quiet and the voice acting is so flat and lifeless. Have you guys heard the like what is it, banana fish? Like they have like an AI dub and it just sounds like really bad. It's interesting to say the least. He has the evil mustache. He does in fact have the evil mustache. Oh, this is the Mona Lisa one. You know, haunts. Isn't that the same wrestling mask as the main character from Mucha Lucha? Mucha Lucha, Mucha Lucha. Oh, I think this is a cover artist. Because now this makes me want to listen to this one. Ah! Zakun, Dakun, start running your way. Bakun, hearts racing with you. Why would they do that? Doesn't the banana fish already have a proper English dub? I just saw like clips of it on the social medias. I don't know if it actually has an English dub. That's just what I heard. I'm not sure. But yeah, you have the Mona Lisa getting you know, getting photo bombed over here, for lack of a better term. And then I think this is the last one where it's a cool dragon. Right, cool dragon all over the place. Oh, you can see the rest of the exhibit over here. There are a couple of shots, but I think some of them have the back of Idol's head, and I didn't want to accidentally dox or anything. But yeah, it's a pretty cool exhibit. I don't know if it's still up in their neck of the woods, or I don't know if that is their neck of the woods, or they just happen to stop by there. But very cool. So much appreciation to Peck School for sharing these photos. Dame, mate. Okay, before we go on to the next one, before we go on to the next thing that we're going to appreciate, which is a animation that was sent by beeplebees. Let's see. Dragon. I don't know why this reminded me of it, but there has let's take a pause. Let's take a pause for on art appreciation because there's something that an idea that I wanted to bounce around with you guys. But I'm just not 100% sure because I've never I don't know how to execute on it. Basically, May 16th, I think it's the 16th. Let me see. May 16th, that's a Saturday, is World Sun Bear Day. Yeah, it's a day just for me. It's a day dedicated to sun bears. And every Sun Bear Day for the past couple of years, I have donated to that organization because if you didn't know, real sun bears that don't look like me, the sun bears that don't talk, I'll put it that way. The sun bears that don't talk, they are endangered, unfortunately, due to a lot of like deforestation and stuff like that. So they have a lot of organizations, or they have a handful of organizations that work in like conservation and sheltering these poor little sun bears. 4D sun bears, there you go, yeah. Yeah, the 4D sun bears. The non-purple sun bears, exactly. They are endangered, unfortunately. So I do donate to this organization, and I've kind of just like been doing it as a thing that I want to do because, like, you know, I'm a sun bear. I wanna support my fellow sun bears. But because now I have a little bit more time to prep for this, I've been bouncing around the idea of potentially like a donation stream and or subathon. But I've never like really participated in or like even know how to navigate doing that. Cause like what usually entails a subathon? Like, isn't it usually that like the more people sub, the longer you have to stream for, right? Because I've seen people do like endurance streams basically. And I'm gonna say right now, I don't think I'm built for that. I don't think I'm built for endurance streams. I think if I were to do some kind of donation stream, it would be around the same time, like as I usually do. Like it would usually be like three to like 4. Max would be like 5 like hours. I'd ask the little guys who have done donathons. I know Owen has, and I think he also did one with Saku, right? I forget who else has done donathons. Cause yeah, that's what I've been thinking about doing. I might also want to do something similar to Nap recently had a 1-year affiliate anniversary stream where he had like prizes for like or not prizes, it was more like incentives. There we go. It's incentives to sub. And it was like, oh, if he got 1, then there would be like a new redeem. And if he got 5, it would be this. And it was 10, it was like a new like model and stuff like that. I once followed someone who streamed for like 2 or 3 days straight, semi-regularly. Oh my gosh, I could never. I could never. I would get tired so fast. So yeah, that's what I've been like kind of bouncing around in my head is the possibility of like May 16th, some kind of like donathon, but without any of the whole like, oh, I'm gonna keep streaming if you keep donating. It's more of like, the more you donate, the more money goes to the cute sun bears. But no matter what, even if I get 0 donations, because that was a thought that I had is like, oh, what if I just get 0 donations or 0 subs? I'll put it that way. Then I would still donate at least $100 to the sun bear thing, because like I said, I've been doing it. I've been donating to them because what's cute about the organization I donate to is that they send a little picture of like, I think if you donate like $20 or something, then they get honey, like a sun bear gets honey as a sweet treat. I would like to also get honey, you know, hint hint. But I think if you donate 100, then they get a new like toy or something, like enrichment. And then they'll take a picture and they'll show you like the sun bear enjoying the honey or enjoying the enrichment. So I think that's really cute. So no matter what, the sun bears are gonna get a donation from me. Do you have a link to the charity? Yeah, let me get that right now. BSBCC. The thing is, there's 2 websites. It's the same organization, but there's a Japanese site and there's a like Bornean English site. So I have to figure out how to do that as well, because the one that I've been donating to was the Japanese site. Will you do art for donos? Oh, that's a good idea. I think that's why I wanted to bring it up with you guys, is because like I don't know what my like incentives would be. So maybe it's like, oh, how about like if you donate this much, then I'll like do art for you. So here's, or you know what, we can actually take a look at it through here. So this is BC BSBCC Japan. This is the one that I've been donating to. But they also have a site that isn't necessarily Japan. It's this one. I think this one's Malaysia because the end of it is bsbcc.org.my. There we go. I think this art is AI generated, but you know, I don't like it, but it's also like, they're supporting the sun bearers. Like, but yeah, like it's really cute. I think the two sites do refer to the same organization, because when it's like when you try to learn about the sun bears, it shows you like specific ones with specific names. Watch videos of Malayan sun bears. Where is it? Here, see, you can like become a foster parent. I don't know if I would go that far, but send a gift. Oh, where's the page where you can meet the sun bears? There's like different ones, and it's so cute. Here we go, sun bears. The smallest bear species. There we go, meet our bears. Do you guys want to meet the bears? There's Abui, Alun, Along, Amako, Betung, Bermuda, Bintang, BJ, Chin, Sera, Diana, Dodop, Fulung, Jelita, Julaini, Jo, Kudat, Kuamut, Kala, Kina, Kipaku, Kwang, Lingam, Logan. Mamatay? Mamatay in Tagalog means die. No! I'm sure it means something different in Malaysian. I'm sure, right? I'm sure. Manis, Manja. Okay, I want to show you like my favorite part. Is that there's two bears with the same exact name. Mary, Nano, Noah, Finn, Panda, Pitang, Ronnie, Ramalina, Rudy, Sigalung, Simone, Sue, Susie, Susie 2, Tenam, Wanwan, and Wira. Let's see. They can keep their honey. Yeah, May 16th. May 16th is what is World Sun Bear Day. You could also add more stream redeems for milestones. Oh, that's a good idea. Dang, I should have saved the shrinking one. I should have saved the shrinking one as a incentive. Die. This isn't me just aiming for eat command for the cups. Why would you ask that? I need to figure out how to do that. Isn't Momatai Terriamon's oh, Momentai. Also hello Fugubi. Momentai. I think that's like is it Cantonese for like don't worry about it? It's either Mandarin or Cantonese for don't worry about it. Momentai. Momentai, Henry. Terrier tornado. But yeah, I know Mamatai is like die. I'm sure it means something different in Malaysian. But yeah, like I'm still thinking about it. I do want to do something for World Sun Bear Day, especially because it falls on a Saturday, and I usually stream on Saturdays. So yeah, look forward to that. Once again, this is me just kind of bouncing around the idea, not really like an announcement. I feel like a more formal announcement will come once I like flesh out what the incentives would be and how, like, what I would do for the stream. You know, would it all just be drawing? Would I play video games? You know? My cat just licked my nose. God help me, her breath smells so bad. It doesn't smell like tuna. It doesn't smell like tuna. But yeah, all right. Thanks for bearing with me on that brainstorm sesh. Jump King stream? No. I don't know. Have I ever played like a rage game before? I feel like it wouldn't make me rage. It would make me anxious. It would make me like be like, oh, everyone hates this. Everyone hates this because I'm doing so bad. Like, smells like old tuna. Aw. Oh, you just reminded me I actually have tuna in the fridge. Mayhaps I should microwave it. I have tuna in the fridge. I've been eating it with crackers. Tuna and crackers is just such a good combo. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and look at the next piece of art appreciation. So beeplebees actually recommended this one, if I recall. Let me make sure that is accurate. And I'm not just saying your name randomly. Yeah, it was beeplebees. It was beeplebees. You said that this entire animation is absolutely dripping with style. I actually did get a chance to watch it off stream, but I'm down to watch a little bit of it on stream. It was my cousin Sheeple. Is Sheeple a sheep? Or is that misleading and they are also a beeple? Why am I getting pinged? Oh, Matthew, thank you for passing along the message to the little guys. Thank you. But yeah, let me go ahead and stop the music. Let's watch a little bit of this video, because I did watch a little bit beforehand, and yes, it is dripping with style. It's awesome. So this is a CalArts short film. Voice acting by this person, music by these people. The credits are also at the end as well. And then the film, I think, is just by one person. This Luz Montalvo, Goofy Gompers. What a nice name, cute name. And if that's the case, like, this is amazing, because like the animation quality is like really cool. But you know what? Let's go ahead and I'm gonna keep the sound off once again because of copyright. It's also very possible that once I upload the VOD to YouTube, it might also be copywritten. So I'm only gonna play a little bit at a time, and then comment on it from there. All right. You know what? Yeah, we can actually put the volume on. Said a no word. Cool. Welcome, sheeps. Yes, they are in fact a sheep. Welcome, sheeps. Welcome to the class. Are you the cousin to beeplebees? Were you the one that recommended this animation? If so, thank you for doing so. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, let's go ahead and appreciate give me a second to navigate. The animation, just like from a glance, is already awesome because there's so much detail in like very many parts, and then also the smooth animation as well. So like right away, I like this part with the rose window, which is, you know, something that you see in Gothic architecture, one of my favorite styles that one of the only styles that I'm really able to identify. Other than like that and maybe brutalism. But yeah, this is what's called a rose window. This is a big stained glass piece. Twitch just deleted the word sheep when I hit send. I mean, when they hit send. How mysterious of them. Well, I hope your cousin Sheeps is not too miffed about it. and I appreciate them being here. But yeah, so this is a rose window. It's a big kind of like central, what's it called, like piece that you would see in a lot of Gothic architecture. Not all, but a lot. And it's really cool because it seems like they're using it as both like decoration, but also as it's eye-shaped as well. Sheeps, thank you for joining the class. Glad to have you here. Yippee! And then what else? I like that it shifts from like when they're talking about the background, or sorry, when they're talking about kind of like the setup to the story. And then it goes into kind of like the hot weather balloon where everything turns white and you can see the paper texture. And I think what is really impressing me too with this animation is the juxtaposition, or kind of this mixture of both kind of like simplistic line work. And when I say simplistic, I don't mean like, you know, easy, but more so like it's straightforward, but then it's also coupled with a lot of like details in the background, right? Like you also see it in that part of the animation where there's like cards flipping around, where like you have like the basic shape of the card, but then within the card is all this like ornate detail, right? And then even in the background itself, there's all of this like really cool like ornate detail as well. All very much contrasted with like all of this kind of like empty negative space. I think that does help kind of like balance the composition of just this one shot. And what I mean by balance is that like if they had instead chosen to put a bunch more decoration here in the background, it would have felt more overwhelming to the point where you can't even really tell these are cards, right? But they balanced it just well enough that you can tell these are cards, and then when they flip, they get to be a little bit more simplistic because it's being animated. Like the simple lines are a little bit easier to animate, whereas like, can you imagine if they tried to animate like all of these designs over here, like made them wiggle and stuff? It would have taken so long. The amount of ornate detail is so gorgeous, I can't imagine how long it all took. Right? Right? Exactly. Another thing that I noticed kind of early on as well is this mixture of like very detailed rendering. So like lots of shading and lots of what looks like painting. Once again, which is also contrasted with like kind of the simplistic like line work. There's no shading, but there's still a lot of ornate detail. But when the balloon comes up, like here, what I like, dang it. It cut off like right before. Wait. I like that you can see kind of like the edges here on the balloon. I don't know if that's just like, I feel like it's probably intentional, but like you see like the little markings around the balloon, and that kind of like hints at how this was animated. It's very possible they might have used some kind of program to kind of drag around this asset. But you also see all of the details that go into the balloon itself. Like look at all of the hatching, look at all of the like pencil strokes you see over here. So that is very like detailed and like very rendered, right? It makes it look three-dimensional, contrasted with how like there's no shading or anything here. It's mostly just line work, but the line is enough to still impress you, right? See, even a lot of ornate detail in the background too. Meanwhile, like the figure itself is kept relatively simple to make it easier to animate. And then you do see that all throughout. So even here, like the lettering here is very, oh, you know what, let me turn on the, no, I don't have to turn on the music because we might be hearing like noise and stuff from the animation itself. Here, like, this is another example of like, look at how like lovingly shaded all of these portions are. Like this, what I'm assuming is like a bell in the background. The floor tiles over here, it's shaded kind of like what you would see in like an MC Escher artwork. But then the actual like thing that's being animated is kept very simple, very straightforward. You just see the line work, no shading, and not even like that much in terms of color and pattern. But the design is also very expressive as well, because look at how long their shoes are. Look at the silhouette that's created with like the jester hat and everything. And I think the simple like lines and like lack of shading on the actual characters themselves also helps them to stand out against the background. This must have been a mixed media assignment. The balloon was definitely on paper. Yeah, 100%. I think so too. Like it makes me think of like when we were talking about steamed hams with Folk, how one of the videos, the one that was based off of like Russian like USSR animation. Here, I'll show you steamed hams, USSR. There is this one, the behind the scenes. It actually shows like all of the assets that the artist had made and how they kind of like put it together. Here we go. So I think they like hand drew all of this, including the backgrounds. I'm trying to find like the background over here. I think this is just the actual like animation itself. I'm trying to find like, oh, here we go. Like these are the backgrounds. And yeah, it looks like they animated it using, I think, Flash is what he said, and then edited together in Final Cut Pro. So they like handmade all of these different assets, cut them together, kind of similar to how like if you guys were ever interested in getting into making like PNG or live 2D models, you would have to like cut your pieces, as they say, like make it so that like if you take my body for example, if you look at like my muzzle, that's its own layer. My snout is its own layer that is kind of overlaid on top of like my head, right? So I do suspect that they probably animated it in a similar way. And here's what I mean, like I said, like the detailed background or the foreground, like these figures that don't have a lot of shading and stuff, they stand out very well against like the detailed backgrounds. Ooh, and then there's spots where like the style kind of changes dramatically. Like look at this. This looks like it's like a watercolor that you would see on like, well, not really Bob Ross, because Bob Ross is like an oil painter, but it like the fact that it's a landscape is very Bob Rossian, right? Many parts really look like they were drawn on actual paper, which just adds to the style. Yeah, 100%. You can see some of the cropping from the IRL stuff being animated. Yeah. I like that too. Oh, these are gorgeous. What the heck? Oh my gosh, even that was a flex. Like the balloon flying through like some of the assets, but not all of them. Wait, let's see. Can we slow that down? Playback speed. Let's make it 50%. I want to see how there we go. The balloon like passes through like, I think just the monkey. Like you can still see the monkey's like portions. Like those white lines and stuff, but it passes in front of this. That's pretty cool. Let's put it back to normal speed. Oh, this feels very like paper cutout too. Look at how like now there's a little bit more shadow over. Oh, you know what, that makes sense. They put a little bit more outline on like the hot weather balloon or hot air balloon, right? And then the characters themselves to kind of like make them stand out more against the background, because now the background is a little bit more lined and less detail. Oh, you can go frame by frame. Wait. Oh my gosh. That's hacks. That's hacksaws. Thank you for that tip, Devin. Thank you. That's awesome. Okay, cool. I did not know that. This is another really cool part over here. The hacks! Cooking a spooder. Look at these jellyfish. And then this kind of like lighting effect. I'm wondering how they did this, because they could easily do this with probably well, the thing is, I don't know how video editing and like animation software works, but I know that on like Photoshop and like your like drawing programs and stuff like that, you can set certain layers to certain settings, and you can make them glow by using like lighten and like Gaussian blur and stuff like that. So I don't know if they did that or if they did something a little bit more traditional, because if you guys have ever seen like old school like 80s 90s anime and they have this weird like glowy effect, it's because they literally put the cell in front of like a light source. I don't know what to Google in order to show that, but they might have done something like that, or they might have just used like digital methods to do that kind of like cool glowy effect. Ooh, this one also looks. Ooh, look at. I was looking at this too, and I was like, "What does this say?" Because I thought this said monogatari, which is Japanese for story, but I think it's saying kukamanga, like Rancho Cucamonga. Cucamonga Taramari Tiricuaro. I remember watching this for the first time and noting how like Mesoamerican it looks. I think this is where that starts. This looks very much like the Maya and like the Mayan Mesoamerican pyramids, especially the ones that you would see in a place like Teotihuacan. Let me see if I can get a picture of that. Teotihuacan. There we go. You got these like really cool like step pyramids, right? Let me see. Pyramid of the Sun. I think that's also Teotihuacan. So yeah, very Mesoamerican. Even these like symbols here resemble like vaguely resemble like Maya glyphs, or even like the art of like Mesoamerica. I'm trying to think. It also looks a little bit Andean as well. Like the gold finery that you would find in like sometimes Caribbean art. Cool. So there's that, and then when you see like this figure over here, it looks even more. Oh, you know what? This might even be a reference to an Aztec god. I want to say either Tezcatlipoca or Huitzilopochtli. I forgot. Okay, I always mix them up too. Huitzilopochtli. No, it's not him. I think it's Tezcatlipoca. Damn, one of them like wears a cool mask. I forget which one it is, but it's one of them. Which one of them wears the mask? It's like a cool like mask that makes their nose like jut out. Ah, I forget. But it kind of reminds me of that. Many hours of going frame by frame and indie animations and Homestuck. Oh my gosh, yes. What are you doing, Step? Oh my gosh. Did Chile have access to them? To like Mesoamerica? That's what the point of the mask is. Wait. I'm trying to remember, like one of them has like a cool mask, but I just remember I forgot which one it is. I don't think it's Quetzalcoatl. Tlaloc. Oh, maybe it's this. No, I guess that's Quetzalcoatl. I love that movie. Oh, The Mask with Jim Carrey. Also, Homestuck mentioned I'm a neuron activated. Hello. Cucamonga Tarama Riti Ricuaro, the goddess of pretty dang dangerous temples. Here we go. There's another part. Ooh, that's also a flex. The little like diamond here not having any shading is reminding me of like video games, but also old school like 60s Scooby-Doo cartoons where like you have these really well rendered backgrounds, but then the one thing that doesn't have shading on it is the thing that's going to be like interacted with, right? Because I think this one does get like interacted with. Like that. Bloop. And then there's chess pieces over here. King Crab! I feel like they probably use watercolor for this. For this and some of the other, like, background stuff. Some more of the ornate detail over here as well. This is cool too, like how ornate this is, like the little cards. Queen, Queen, and Jack. Darjeeling. Wait! I'm using that tool that Devin told me about, frame by frame. Yes! This is a reference to one of the stones that you would see in Tenochtitlan, which I believe is modern day Mexico City. It is specifically a goddess who has been cut into pieces. I forget the name of the stone itself, but I think the goddess's name is Koyolxauhqui. Koyolxauhqui. Literally this stone. It's the myth of like a goddess who got like cut into pieces because she was trying to essentially kill her brother. So interesting, they're using a lot of... I'm gonna snooze that ad, actually. We have an ad coming up. I'm gonna snooze it for 5 minutes. So, I'm wondering. I do like the addition of all these like references to Mesoamerican culture in here. So maybe this is kind of related to that of like they might be seeing wait, like that one song, which song? I'm so curious. But yeah, like maybe it's a reference to like how the first character sees the second character, the sneaky one, right? Ah, the main character, the protagonist, sees herself as trying to cut this person, Koyo Shaoki, into pieces, I think. Oh, and look! Koyo Shaoki stone in the background. I think, does she represent the moon? We can actually do some research right now. Koyo Shaoki stone is a carved circular Aztec zone depicting the mythical being Koyo Shaoki bells her cheeks in a state of dismemberment and decapitation by her brother, the patron deity of the Aztecs, Huitzilopochtli. It was rediscovered at 1978 at the temple of the Templo Mayor. That's the name of it. I forgot. I feel like I saw something that she represents the moon. Identified as Koyo Shaoki. She wears only the ritual attire of bells in her hair and a bell symbol on her cheek. She wears a skull tied to a belt of snakes around her waist and an ear tab showing the Mexica year sign. Snake, skull, and earth monster imagery surround her. According to Aztec history, female deities such as Koyo Shaoki were the first Aztec enemies to die in war. In this, Koyo Shaoki came to represent all conquered enemies. Her violent death was a warning of fate for those who crossed the Mexica people. Interesting. I could be wrong about her also representing the moon, but I'll need to like read more into it. Maybe during the ad break. I'll read into it during the ad break. Cut my life into pieces. This is my plastic fork. Suffocation. No breathing. Cool. I do like the addition of the Koyo Shaoki stone, and then this is the part where the this character is saying that like, oh no, I'm not that prisoner. I'm another president. You're thinking of A109. I'm A109. Yeah, there we go. A109. So then she fights her, tries to choke her out, but then something else cuts her? And then after that, it's just kind of, it's left vague. It's left up to your interpretation as to what happened. Because that's actually the end. I thought there was going to be like a post-credits thing, but that's it. The credits are still really cool though. You get the voice acting of Sophia Rahaniotis. Sound design by Alex Fortunato and Shane Vincent. Music by Mates Satalik. When was this posted? It's giving Alistair Hasbin. The Countess, vocalist Kel Melvers, and then harpsichord Luz Montalvo, which I believe is also the artist. 2023, so it might be inspired by when did Hasbin Hotel and all of that stuff come out? That was before, right? I feel like I've been seeing imagery of Hasbin for a while, right? Like pre-pandemic. I could be wrong. But yeah, all in all, pretty cool video. I love, like I said, like the mix of like the ornate imagery, the Mesoamerican imagery, juxtaposed with kind of like the more simple and fluid line work, and how they kind of like complement each other, especially in making sure that like one is readable against the other, as in like this line work is like visible. Oh, we do have an ad break coming up. Making sure that the line work is visible against this really detailed background, right? So if you guys want to check out this video for yourself during the ad break, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the chat. And we do have an ad break coming up. It might be our last one for the evening, but I will see. Can't wait for the inevitability of Mythos becoming... there was once a man named Jose who worked at the magical place called Long John Silver's. Has-Been I Love You, My Slop Show. Has-Been's pilot was 2019, I see. I love how the reveal recontextualizes the whole short because you think she's stealing because she's evil, but then you realize she's not the killer and her crime was probably theft. Yeah, wonder if they might have even been like a kleptomaniac or something like that. But not necessarily a murderer. So it does recontextualize everything. So yeah, beeplebees, thank you for recommending that art piece. It's really cool. So I did put the link in the chat if you want to check it out. And we do have our ad break right now. See you guys in a couple minutes. Okay, we are back. We're so back. Long ago in a place known as Toledo, Ohio, there was a woman named Jessica. I'm not sure what the reference is. It sounds like a reference. That is a reference, right? Glad you enjoyed it. I rewatched that short like 5 million times. Thank you for recommending it, beeplebees. I mean, thank your cousin, Sheeplesheeps. Sheeplesheeps, for recommending it. I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. What is a splatter if not pointy fire? No, just adding onto the Long John Silver's mythos. Ah, I see, I see. Wait, let me fix my tracking real quick, because I keep looking over to that side. There we go. Okay. Let's put the music back on. What are we listening to? We were listening to Duran Duran, but now we've also gone to weeb territory. Oh, let's do Record of Ragnarok. Record of Ragnarok. Okay, so a couple more things to go over for today's art appreciation. One of them is this cool artist who was recommended by Matthew, who it looks like they redrew a whole bunch of like medieval marginalia into really cool artwork. So let's go ahead and take a look-see at that. And then, like I said, if I still have energy and time after this, we'll also look into some space stuff. Got me. Let me make sure that I can see you guys here on the stream manager. It's Schnackery. It kind of is like Schnackery. No, wait, that's a rat. That's a rat, isn't it? Oh, a rat. I like this OP. Yeah, I do too. Because it's Maximum the Hormone, right? I love Maximum the Hormone. So yeah, this person, I've been advised not to click their you guys can definitely check out their bio if you want. I got nothing against it, but I have been advised not to check it out at the moment because there is not safe for work stuff there. Which, once again, I don't mind if you guys check it out. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and link you guys this artist so you guys can support them yourselves. I'll link them in the chat. But just be aware of that. Be aware that there is some NSFW stuff in there. But Matthew had so generously linked a lot of the stuff that is kind of like references to medieval marginalia or illuminated manuscripts. There we go. Illuminated manuscript. So that we don't have to go into their main timeline. But if you guys want, you can definitely do that for yourself. Excuse me. So we got a cat peasant holding a mouse or rat peasant. We have chicken man. We have dog with cone head. Very cute. And then we have creature. We have mystery creature. You know what? It's kind of reminding me of the Metaphor game, Metaphor ReFantazio, which I still haven't finished yet. I haven't actually played for quite a couple of months. I would like to get back into it once I finish up with a couple of tasks. With the summer coming up, I will have a little bit more free time, so I might even open up commissions. I might even open up commissions. But yeah, let's go ahead and check it out. Let's go ahead and check this out. So, see what you mean. Good thing I don't have an account, so it auto censors. Oh, nice! There you go. There you go. So yeah, here, what's funny is I have seen a lot of these eliminated manuscript images before, because for one, I know that there is a cool account. I don't know if they're on B-Sky, but they're definitely on Twitter, called Weird Medieval Guys. I'm gonna go ahead and Google that for you guys. Here's the Twitter account, Weird Medieval Guys, and it's a whole account that just posts little weird guys from medieval manuscripts and marginalia. You know, strange little critters. Such as, I'm trying to find one here, the logo over there. This interesting specimen over here. You have a monk trapped in a word search, I want to say. Which is also kind of fascinating in terms of like, oh, I didn't know word searches went back that far in history. You know, it makes me wonder like what other things are older than we assume, right? I like that you can kind of see the letters overlaid on the priest, the monk, etc. So yeah, this one I'm definitely familiar with. I also used it as a reference when I was trying to draw Digimon in medieval style. I only did Greymon, Garurumon, and Gatomon / Tailmon. But maybe that's a project I would want to come back to. But yeah, so they decided to take these eliminated manuscripts and kind of like redraw it in their own style and then add a little bit of their own style into it. It's an artistic interpretation of dyslexia. Is it really? You're making me remember that the Twitter account of Made Skateboarding, that art, always makes me think of that cool posing. Made Skateboarding? That sounds sick. That sounds awesome. But yeah, so like here in the eliminated manuscript, it's a straightforward like cat holding rat. Most likely this is probably a depiction of how cats catch their prey, how they catch vermin and stuff. But it does kind of look very funny because it just looks like he's holding it, almost like a gun, you know? I'll see if I can find it. Yes, please do. Please do. But here they've kind of reimagined it as like this cat peasant person kind of carrying their little rat friend. I think my favorite touches are the little like, what are these, like socks and or boots with like the toes sticking out? It's very cute because you can see the little like rat fingers and rat toes, right? And then the little like bowl haircut, right? The little peasant bowl haircut, very cute. And it just like adds a lot of like personality and character to them both. I love it. I love it. And what do we have here? The Chicken Man. As one does. This is what's reminding me of Refantasio. Easy access boots. Wait, what do you mean by that? I'm gonna write down in my notepad. I need a freaking, what is it? Squirt bottle? Squirt bottle command. It's like it spawns a little squirt bottle and it makes you guys explode. Let's see. But yeah, so we have Chicken Man over here. I like that they pretty much kept true to like exactly what they saw on the eliminated manuscript. Where it's just red, like red chicken with like white spots, orange, and then a touch of blue. There's like the slightest touch of blue on the feathers as well. They have this like headscarf around them, and even the skin color, it's like this kind of like olive, desaturated like olive color. They even like did that same color as well. Like they stayed very true to like the original design and color to it, but added a little bit of their flair to it. It has a little bit more realism to it, and I dig that. I think that's really neat. They also made it look a little bit more accurate to being like a chicken too. So very cool, very cool. This one is a little bit more on the cartoony side, and I'm digging it. They also like designed a little bit more of like the cute little costume. It's the cone dog. It's a cone dog, very cute. So in the original, I think what's really cool about the original too is like look at the gilding on the cone. It's making me wonder if like the artist just used gold and that's like the natural reflection of it, or if this is actually like kind of like illusory, like they did like a darker gold and then a lighter gold to show highlights, kind of like what you're seeing here with this like digital iteration of it. Nonetheless, it's cool, and I like that they included so much. Like they included the little pamphlet that the dog is reading. Oh, I'm realizing that this isn't even just their fur. It's like a little bit of a shirt and a little bit of like pants over the fur itself. It's very slight, but you can kind of see like the color difference, and then you see the sleeve over here. And then they added a really cute, like, red, white, and blue, like, outfit, too. Because here you can only see the little, like, blanket question mark. But here they added a cute, like, design that complements the colors very well. Because if you already have gold, you already have, like, blue, red would kind of complete the primary color trifecta to make it a nice kind of, like, color combination. What the dog reading? Dianorg, hello. Thank you for the 29 months. Hello, hello. We are currently art appreciating this artist, Applefruit, who is redrawing medieval manuscripts in their style. It's very cool. It's very neat. And you got your sticker. What the dog reading? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the dog is reading. Knowing that it's in medieval times, maybe the Bible. Maybe. Who knows? The nose. And then lastly, we have a creature. I couldn't find a way to make him cute but he's really cool either way. He clearly knows many things. It's true. It's true. He very much does know a lot of things. The original is very funny. Like it's a little cursed, just a teensy bit, right? The original like manuscript artwork that this is based off of. Just oh hey Schnackery, did you take offense to that? He's so cute. He's just like sitting on I think Beans' bag. And he's just staring up and meowing. I've seen this before. I was weirdly terrified of them. Oh no. Well, I think it makes sense, right? Like, look at this face. It's like that, like horror copy pasta of like the Siberian husky just like staring into your soul. He's reading my immortal. He is. Pet the cats. You gotta pet the Schnackery because he's crying. He's always crying. God, he's so noisy today. Smile dog jog. JPG jog. That's realistic blue Homer Simpson. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can unsee that. Schnackery. Just scroll more on their art. That Freeman and Fern art is nice looking. Oh, cool. Like I said, I've been advised to not look at the timeline, at least on stream because of the NSFW artwork. But I would be down to check out more of their art. It seems really cool. I like their style. I definitely like their style. And I think this one has a lot of cool like color decisions as well as textures because first of all, kind of like what I was saying with this one, you have your primary colors, your gold instead of yellow, but also like red, blue, yeah, those three along with white. Here you also have a blue, red, yellow primary color combination, but the blue's a little bit closer to teal as well. There's also white as the accent for almost all portions except for here. There's like blue polka dots here on them. Very cool. Yeah, a few spicy comms. Yeah, exactly. But I like that. It seems like they're taking a lot of inspiration from like the main image itself. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit more. There we go. Yes! Oh my gosh, wait, this is so cool because the more you zoom in, the more you can see like the little dot decorations all across its face. So there's little like dot decorations here. Let me zoom in more so that you guys can see it as well. There's also polka dots all across the legs. There's dots across like the back and into the tail as well. So all of that is kind of like faithfully recreated here. There's white dots over here, the big like kind of like white lips. The dots over here that line the red portion and going all the way back into the tail. And then you even have these dark like blue question mark dots on kind of the hindquarters. So very cool. I like that like in some pieces they are very faithful to the original material. They're trying to get every detail they can out of the original material and then just translate that into their own style. And then other times they kind of take their own liberties. They add clothing sometimes. They add a couple more details to just kind of like enrich that that manuscript even more. So very cool stuff. Once again, if you guys want to check out this person, I'll go ahead and link them in the chat. But after this, I'm going to go ahead and take a drink of water, and then we'll finish off by looking at some space mission patches. And there you go. Let me go ahead and get a drink of water while I close these tabs. But very cool art all around. Alright, let me get a drink of water. Okie dokie. Let me let me exit out of this one. The word search one is pretty funny. Okay, so this piqued my interest, of course, because of the Artemis 2 mission. But these are all human spaceflight mission patches from NASA. So basically, whenever there is a manned mission, a mission with like people, like in a spacecraft going out into space, they usually have a patch that goes on their outfit, but also just represents the mission. Excuse me, I had to burp. But also Schnackery keeps crying. Schnackery, what's wrong? I gave him pets and now he's just like, wah. So yeah, Gallery of Human Spaceflight Mission Patches from Project Mercury, Project Gemini, Project Apollo, the Shuttle Program, the International Space Station Expeditions, and the SpaceX Crew missions. Ooh, they gotta update this because they do have, if you go all the way to the end, they do have Artemis as well. So I think they're gonna start updating this with like Artemis mission patches as well. Which we'll get to this one. This one is also very, very cool. I like it a lot. And we're not gonna look at each and every patch, but just whichever ones catch our eye. I don't know too much about the patches other than the fact that the crew of these missions does design it themselves, and by that I mean they either like have the ideas and then they hand it off to a graphic designer, or they literally design it themselves. So that's why they do kind of vary in style, but a lot of them do also kind of like show hallmarks of like the time period, I want to say. So let's take a gander at them. Alright, Binka, I was putting skateboarding maids in art appreciation for after stream if you want. Sure. We can take a look at it as well. Thank you for doing that. Cool. Schnack is your small meow. Schnack is your co-host. He really is. So you know what? Let's take a look at this one. Mercury 3. Shepherd Freedom. Oh, was it just one person on that mission? So a lot of these patches also have the names of the people in the crew. So it says here, Mercury 3 patch, the main objective of Mercury 3 was to determine man's capabilities in a space environment. This was a suborbital flight that successfully put the first American in space. Cool. So yeah, usually it also has like the name, or at least the last names of each like member. So once again, if you go to like Artemis 2, you had Wiseman, Glover, Cook, and Hansen right here. So does that mean the very first mission that put an American into suborbital flight, did it just have Shepard and that's it? Mercury 3, Freedom 7. Exit out of that. But that's pretty cool. Admittedly, I don't know too much about many of the missions other than like, well, I don't even know that much about the Apollo missions, if I'm being honest. I just know that those were the missions that put man on the moon. But in this way, we're kind of like learning together, right? What about this one, Mercury 4? Oh, there's not even a description for this one, but I think it's probably something similar, right? Like putting someone out into space. It's a culture certainty that there will be a Gundam patch. That would be cool. First spacewalk. Wait, that's so cool. Gemini 4 first spacewalk. McDivitt and White. Mission patch for Gemini 4, crewed by James McDivitt and Ed White. Ah, so the first spacewalk. That's so terrifying. Like a spacewalk is basically, you're still tethered to some kind of spacecraft, but you're out there. You're out exposed to space with nothing but your spacesuit like protecting you from like the sun's like, you know, like the like radiation, but also like the ultraviolet rays of the sun. So it's scary to think about that. What's even scarier is the spacewalks where they're untethered, they're not tied to anything, but they have some kind of like jet propulsion system to like kind of like help them navigate. But that's so scary though. That's so scary. I like that this one is just it's Oregon Trail. It's Oregon Trail. Mission patch for Gemini 5 mission flown by L. Gordon Cooper Jr. and Charles Conrad Jr. Oh, 2 juniors. How about that? So Cooper and Conrad. Very cool. I'm curious as to why it's this like an Oregon Trail style, like, you know, wagon, right? Gonna be like their souls are weighed down by gravity. Let's see. I think this is all of the Apollo missions. Oh, these are sick. These are cool. Saturn Apollo program. This montage depicts the flight crew patches for the manned Apollo 7 through Apollo 17 missions. The Apollo 7 through 10 missions were basically manned test flights that paved the way for lunar landing. Primary objectives met included the demonstration of command service module, crew space vehicle, mission support facilities performance, and testing during a manned CSM mission. And then I think later on, Apollo 11 through 17 were lunar landing missions, with the exception of Apollo 13, which was forced to circle the moon without landing due to an onboard explosion. I still haven't seen the movie for that, but that sounds so scary, you know? But they made it back. I think that's so impressive that they like made it back after like a freaking explosion on their spacecraft. I won't. Owen, hello. Sparkly Race Cat Raid. Hello, hello, welcome. Thanks for the raid. How you doing? How you doing? You're playing Factorio. How was Factorio? That's awesome. You came just in time. We're talking about we're doing art appreciation for today. We're doing art appreciation, and we're actually at the tail end of things, but we are looking at basically like the mission patches from each of the manned spaceflight patch. The patches for the human spaceflight missions. There we go, from NASA. So we were looking at them. I don't have like too much knowledge on a lot of these missions other than the fact that the Apollo missions were all about like lunar travel and then like lunar landing. So we're also doing a little bit of learning right now. But welcome. For those that don't know me, my name is Babinka Bear. I'm your local Sun Bear art history teacher and educational streamer. And we're appreciating art. A12 Flames, hello, Sparkly Race Cat Raid. And thanks for joining the class too. I ran out of brain juice going to bed. Mission patches, nice. Yeah, get some rest, Owen. Thank you again for the raid. Go get some rest. Yeah, howdy mechanics. I don't know why, but some of them are reminding me of Power Rangers Lost in Space and Lost Galaxy. Oh my gosh. That's such a blast to the past. Blast from the past. It's Oregon Trail because they all got dysentery. Oh no. I have a few shuttle mission patches. I had a friend who's the son of an astronaut, and I got some cool autograph photos signed by him and other memorabilia. That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Yeah, we're also just like appreciating these, like, just from like an artistic viewpoint. I like that there is a lot of variation between like over here where it's like pretty straightforward. They're kind of like kind of straightforwardly showing that like, oh, this spacecraft is launching off from Florida. One of them straight up just says first spacewalk, so it's very straightforward, right? And then you get to like the Apollo missions where like you're seeing things like shading, you're seeing like highlights and stuff, and like it's just so cool to see like the variety basically. And then yeah, we were just reading that like Apollo 11 through 17 were lunar landing missions, except for 13, which like I said, I haven't seen the movie for it, but that seems wild and I would be so down to watch it. But yeah, a lot of these patches usually include the names of the crew members, right? So you do have Conrad, Gordon, Bean. I'm wondering why Apollo 11 doesn't have any of the names. That's interesting. I think all of the others do. Oh no, this one doesn't. This one has like a Latin phrase, ex luna scientia. So something moon science. Did you look at Enroll 39 yet? I don't think I did. Yeah, no, I did not. Yeah, the Overlord OP, right? Yeah, let me save this to another tab. The octopus. Wow, these are so cool. These are all so cool. Yeah, we're not going to be looking at each and every one of them in detail, but like if you guys have any ones that you would want to recommend, I'm super down for it. I think the Apollo 17 one is really sick. Because it actually has like, oh my gosh, like look at the rendering on that. That's so like ornate. But then they have things like Saturn in the background. They have like the eagle, but they also have the statue of Apollo. They have like a galaxy. I'm assuming that's the Milky Way, and then the moon itself over here. You have Kernan, Evans, and Schmidt, Apollo 17. Official emblem of Apollo 17. This was the last lunar landing mission before they stopped doing lunar missions up until the Artemis missions. So, Ex Luna Scientia, I'm not an expert, but out of the moon science. Science from the moon. Oh, cool. Also, hello, Lord Vetinari. Hello. Thank you for that. Yeah, that sounds like that would be what it translates to, right? Oh, this is specifically Apollo of Belvedere. I see. Which was flown by astronauts Eugene A. Cernan, Ronald E. Evans, and Harrison H. Schmidt. Insignia is dominated by the image of Apollo, the Greek sun god. The American Eagle of contemporary design. 3 white stars symbolize the 3 astronaut crewmen. The background is a deep blue space, and within it are the moon, the planet Saturn, and the spiral galaxy or nebula. The moon is partially overlaid by the eagle's wings, suggesting that it is a celestial body that man has visited and in a sense conquered. Interesting, the use of the word conquered. But it's not touching Saturn or the galaxy yet because we've yet to quote-unquote conquer that. The thrust of the eagle and the gaze of Apollo is meant to imply that man's goal in space will someday include the planets and perhaps the stars. The colors of the emblem are red, white, and blue, the colors of our flag, with addition to gold to symbolize the golden age of spaceflight. Cool, cool, cool. I've been, just because of the Artemis 2 missions, I've been watching a lot more astronomy videos lately, and the idea of going out into the stars just feels so like, if not to be like too pessimistic about it, but it's just seems like it's so far away from us right now, because they're quite literally far away from us. Even the nearest star, I believe Proxima Centauri and Alpha Centauri, they're still, oh, I don't know the exact, is it like 4 light years away or something like that? They're still very far away from us, and it's like, how are we ever gonna get there? We need like multi-generational ships. And I don't know if we'll get that in our lifetime, but it'd be so cool to consider what that's gonna be like in the future. It's still cool that we're, just the idea that we're going to the moon again is like crazy to me. And they're wanting to build like a lunar base. That to me is like, even if we don't end up traveling to the stars, that in and of itself is that's gonna be the highlight of like life. Like, or at least my life, like or like the biggest like highlight space wise within my short time span as a sun bear, right? Which hopefully is more than 100 years in sun bear years, of course. But cool. We also have the Skylab over here. What else? Engel Truly. Ooh, these look cool. Oh. So some space shuttle ones. All of these include the space shuttle over here, which has since retired. Or been retired, rather. The design is also interesting because, like I said, if you're going into the these ones where there's a lot of the shadows and highlights are very stark against each other, and then here some of them do have shading, but it's a little bit more subtle. It feels a bit more like vector art, you know? I do know that like they are very intentional with things like how many stars are in the background and what is being shown kind of like in the globe behind them, right? Like the very first one, the Mercury 3 one showed that it was lifting off from Florida. Here we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stars in the background. Does that include like that whole crew? No, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just 5. So, oh, and Sally Ride. Space Shuttle Challenger making its second flight into space. Remote manipulator arm is positioned so that the number 7 is formed. Very cool. 7 stars are visible against the black sky. The 5 crew members, including the first time in NASA space program, a woman, Sally Ride, Dr. Sally Ride, a mission specialist. Cool. Very awesome. Actually, this does remind me. I forgot if I told you guys, but I did end up buying a print from someone. Hold on, I have to remember like the name of it because I think you guys will appreciate it. If we're talking about Challenger and maybe even Columbia, give me a second. I bought a print. I just want to remember the name of them. Sidmish. Here we go. This one actually, the high-key, low-key made me kind of emotional. Because this was made, of course, like after the Artemis 2 crew had returned. But there's a lot of nice little details here. So for example, it's the Greek goddess Artemis. She's shooting her bow towards the moon, as in like that's the destination. But then there is also this cool little thorough line that shows that it's coming around because the Artemis 2 crew did not land on the moon. They did a lunar flyby, but they still went further than any other human group has ever like been to. So they've gone as far out as people have ever gone. Emolge Rinrin, hello, welcome. You got your sticker. We're doing some art appreciation of some patches from space flight missions. But each of these groups represents people basically that have been lost, people that we lost in the pursuit of space flight. So for example, over here is Laika, the dog. This is Felicette, the cat. I don't remember which is which, but I do know that these are the crews of the Challenger and Columbia respectively. And then I think these are the initial cosmonauts that lost their lives during early spaceflight. Yeah, the Witch from Mercury music, yeah. But yeah, I remember seeing this for the first time and like feeling kind of emotional because like I know that like so many of our hopes and dreams were on like the Artemis 2 crew, and I remember I was so nervous for their return, right? And it was because like all of these like tragedies had happened before, but it's almost like they are now the stars that are kind of like looking down at us. Not in a negative way, but like looking down and like watching everything kind of come to fruition, right? Full circle, baby. Yeah, this fits perfectly. It really does. It really does. With the Gundam music and everything. So yeah, that's what I get reminded of when I see like these stars in the sky. That the stars are usually indicative of like the crews, but also the people that might have been lost along the way. Oh, cool! The Statue of Liberty's in this one. Vesper the Star. Oh, these are neat. And like I said, you do kind of like this feels so. What year is this? This feels so 90s. July 1991. STS-048, designed by the astronaut crew members. The patch represents the space shuttle orbiter Discovery in orbit about Earth after deploying the upper atmospheric research satellite in block letter style. This feels so 90s. This looks like, you know, something I'd see from like the DARE program, right? Is the crater carol visible on that print? That's a good question. Not really. This is more so, I do know that there was a photo that was circulating around the time of the Artemis 2 mission that showed the moon with like different colors and stuff. I do know that it was attributed to Artemis 2, but it wasn't actually by Artemis 2. It was from like another photographer like a long time ago. So I don't think you can see the Carol crater, but I know which one you're talking about. That was also a really nice moment. That whole mission was just like so good, so inspirational. Yeah, just seeing like the designs too is very nice because like it does feel very indicative of its time. Red birth my heart. Oh my god, wait, I love this. Look at the face. Wait, that looks indigenous. It is! Links the past with the present through the crew patch influenced by Pacific Northwest Native American art. I love that! I love that, because I was like, at first I was like, oh my gosh, look at the face! It's so cute! But the realization of like the curved ray lines, and then like, I don't know, there's something about the way that the nose and lips are drawn. It does remind me of like something you'd see from like the Pacific Northwest. Central to the design is the Space Shuttle Columbia, whose shape evokes the image of an eagle. Wait, yeah, look at that. You have like these like motifs that make it look like feathers. Yeah, they made the design a little bit more closer to like how like you would see like the style of like the Pacific Northwest. Eagle feathers representing both peace and friendship symbolize the spirit of international unity. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Let's see, what else can we find here? Ooh, very cool colors on that one. It was false color photo displaying the mineral distributions of the moon surface from a photographer that also happened to be posted during Artemis 2. Yeah, exactly. Because I remember like seeing that photo, but then people were saying that like, oh, this is from the Artemis 2 mission, and it was like, it's not from the mission, but it just so happened to be posted around the same time. I just like the sun looking at the ship like, really, really, you're approaching my space. Oh, cool. I like the gradients in this one. Looks like a big hammer. International Space Station. This is the insignia for STS-98, which marks a major milestone in the assembly of the International Space Station. Cool. It is a gorgeous photo. I do love the false color photo. It makes it seem so like magical, so whimsical, right? Oh, I've heard of this one as well. Because this is, I forgot what it's called. It's basically, oh here, the cupola? Cupola? This is kind of like the window in like the space station where you can kind of look back at the Earth. And like a lot of astronauts like to kind of hang out here. Because it's where you get like this amazing view of the Earth. Cupola. Cupola. Thank you, Owen, thank you. Patch designed by the crew to reflect both the objectives of the mission and its place in the history of human spaceflight. The main goal of the mission is to deliver Node 3 and the cupola to the International Space Station. Tranquility will contain life support systems enabling continued human presence aboard the ISS. This is such a nice one, too. And that's another thing with a lot of these patches is that they don't all have to be, like, circular. They take a lot of liberties with the shape. Even here, like, this, like, kind of, like, atomic-looking one. The arm system on that, to open and close the shutters is pretty ingenious. Oh, cool! Nice. Yeah, I would expect so. Like, I'm always so nervous about, like, oh my god, the colors on this is freaking awesome. I imagine with, like, any kind of, construction that happens when it comes to space has to be very exact, very, like, very creative in how it operates, right? Wait, the colors in this are freaking awesome. Like, it feels like an explosion, right? Like, the sun rays over here and then, like, the bars over here. Oh my god, yeah, they're getting very ambitious with, like, a lot of these designs. Like this one over here with the eagle. Okay, at first I was like, is this the Filipino flag? Like, I don't think Filipinos have been in space yet. But I think it's the Russian flag. I think it's because there's the gold stars here that were like, Philippines mentioned? So cool how different the moon surface is depending on where you are, when you are from the Earth. So cool how different the moon surface is depending on where you are. When from Earth, it all looks pretty homogeneous. Yeah, exactly, right? It's how I feel about those pictures with like the false color that show like things like nebulas and like space gases. Like there's a really cool picture of like the Horsehead Nebula where it's very pink, right? I think that is false color, so like if you were to actually go out and see it, it wouldn't quite look like that, but it still like does give this very cool vibe to space. Very cool, very whimsical, very awesome, you know? You have this patch. Frank Culbertson is the astronaut who gave me the autograph. Oh, cool. Philippines mentioned. You could be the first. Get the catapult. Get the catapult, Cubs. I'm doing it. I'm gonna be the first Filipina in space and the first bear in space. Specifically Sun Bear. He's the only American who wasn't on Earth when 9/11 happened and took a lot of photos of smoke coming out of New York City. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Dang. I'm calling NASA. Ship this bear to space. She can handle the G's. Oh, I like how they have like the names in their respective scripts as well. You have, can I read this? I think Turin, Mastaraccio. This one I can't read. If it's Japanese, that one is read as da, but I can't read this kanji. Skvorsov. Artemev, and Swanson. Oh wait, it might be written here. Their names might be written here. They are not. I don't think they are. Yeah, no, their names are not written there. But cool that it's in kind of like their own scripts over here. Same with here. I think these are Japanese characters. Oh, these are sick. These are so cool. International Space Station coming into view over an aurora extending past the Earth's horizon. That's so cool. It's like reminding me of the picture of Earth that was taken on this most recent Artemis 2 mission where you could see 2 auroras. I'm getting the trebuchet. Oh no. To the naked eye, nebulas are just barely noticeable dark smudge. Yeah. Like I keep saying, if you guys ever see Orion's belt in the night sky, let your eyes adjust to the darkness for like a little bit. Look really carefully. Even if you're in a place with a lot of like light pollution, you can see the Orion Nebula. It looks like a smudge. I swear it looks like a smudge, but that is, you can see a nebula with the naked eye, even if you live in a place with a lot of light pollution. Because I was able to see it in like the middle of Los Vincos. But you do have to let your eyes adjust for quite a while. It's interesting that even though we have joint missions with the Russians to the space station, we aren't allowed on the Russian side. That one looks sick, right? I love it. I love it. Aw, the one for peace. This one is cool too. Wait, this almost looks like it could be like pixel art. Kohonenko? Wait. Wait. This could be... I was gonna say, this could be Cyrillic, or it could be Latin. I'm actually not sure. Kononenko? If it's in Cyrillic, it's read as Kononenko. Like, the H's are actually N's. And then McLean and San Jacques. Oh, it literally says Kononenko over here. So it is Cyrillic. Interesting. I like this one because it's like that's how the Earth looks in the night sky. Oh my gosh, wait, this one. 69, nice. This one is so cool. It's stained glass. It looks very stained glass. Oh, there's no, well, no, there is more. There's more here. No, there isn't. there isn't more. I thought there would be more. Ado, my beloved. Yeah, hell yeah. Heck yeah. The dragon. Look at all them dragons. Dragon Ball Z. Let's go ahead and finish off on just the Artemis 2 mission patch. Oh, they don't have the reversed. This one is interesting because it's double-sided. So like, actually, is there... Maybe if I look it up... Hold on. Let's do Artemis 2 patch. It's reversible. It's reversible. The flip side is coming. See, it's reversible, and I believe that once they circled the moon, there was even a part in the mission where they were like, all right, guys, it's time to flip the patch over so that it's kind of like symbolic of like the homeward return to Earth, which I thought was very cute and very wholesome. Oh, that's cool too. Like looking at the kind of like shading and stuff. It's very clean. I like it, but it also like even the lettering kind of harkens back to like the Apollo missions. Yo, Peck School, hello. Thank you for the 10 stream streak. You're late. It's okay. We actually took a look at the pictures that you posted in Art Appreciation. The one with the was it 31 minutos exhibit that you went to? It was really cool. I love it. Astronauts are huge nerds. I love it. I love that they're huge nerds. It gives hope for the rest of us nerds. I mean, can I call myself a nerd if I'm constantly forgetting all of my information? Like, hey, Binko, could you tell us more about Hieronymus Bosch? Nope. But yeah. I think you guys can tell I'm starting to run out of energy a little bit, so I think we are going to go ahead and call it soon. But all of these patches are really cool, really interesting. I definitely recommend that you guys check them out for yourselves. I'm going to go ahead and link it into the chat so that you guys can also check it out on your own time. So that I missed it, I'll need to watch the VOD. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, part of me was like, oh man, should I wait for Pexicle to be here? But I still wanted to like take a look at it. So, yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool to see all the pictures that you had posted. Nerd isn't about smarts, that's geek. Very true, very true. But no worries, Pexicle, you are just in time for the mosh pit. You were just in time for the mosh pit. So unfortunately, at the moment, Fugubi, I'm not going to be able to look at the skateboarding nuns or the skateboarding sisters, but we can save that for next time if that's okay with you. Because I am starting to feel pretty tired. And I don't really have much going on tomorrow other than just finishing up my research for the 1980s decade study. But once again, I'm super excited for that. So I hope you guys are able to tune in next time. And if not, you can always just catch the VOD. But yeah, we're going to be studying the 1980s tomorrow, including all the art movements, the fashion, the cars, the current events, and all of that jazz. All right. Oh no, I hear Schnackery meowing. I think he's talking to his bird toy. That's a-okay? Alright, cool, cool. So with that, let's go ahead and mosh, shall we? I already have a song picked out. I think you guys are gonna like it. For any new students here to the classroom, we do have an end of stream tradition. This is our end of stream mosh pit. Actually, let me make sure that no raids are gonna be coming in. There we go. So all you gotta do is I'm gonna go ahead and play some music, and once you hear it, go ahead and start spamming your favorite emotes in the chat, and then I'm gonna make your little stream avatars fight each other. There's no correlation between who wins the mosh pit and how many emotes you spam. It's RNG, and it's not rigged. A banger, exactly. Can you tell us about your hyperfixation? I don't recall, I don't remember, I don't know what you're talking about. Totally rigged. Old! It's funny though, it's so funny. It's not rigged, though. It's not rigged. Alright, once you hear the music, get to moshing. Got a melody in my head. Every day. Da, 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 da. It's funny because I barely know the original song. Dun-dun, dun-dun. Unironically, I regularly listen to this. Rid, me too. Me too. It's like I listen to it so much, it pops up on my playlist every so often. This is horrid. Oh my gosh. Okay, get to moshin'. Shorty's like a melody in my head. My favorite is the na-na-nas later on. Every day. Wait, that emote is so cute! Is that Connor and Mousy? That's so cute. I love that. Every day. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Da 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 da. Na 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 na. Dun dun. Dun dun. Thank goodness I died early. Well, Matthew won. Let's freaking go. Gotta love YouTube at time making you remember those older songs you heard back in the day. Exactly. Well, guess what? Matthew won round 1, but can he win round 2? It's not rigged. Like a melody in my head. Shawty's like a melody in my head. Na 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 da 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 da. Na 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 na. Mod 1? Yes. It's so rigged. Oh my gosh. How much time do we have? No! We still have time. We still have time. We still have time. We still have time. Like a melody in my head. Well, one more round. One more round. You guys can do this. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 da 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 da, like a melody in my head. Shorty's like a melody in my head. Da 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 na 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 da na 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 na. See? See, it wasn't me or a mod, and they won just in time. Good job, Owen. Proving that it's not rigged. Dang, everybody bullied me. I'm sorry. I can't control the mosh. It's RNG. I'm telling you guys. It's not rigged. It's not rigged. I'm driving you guys home from the museum. I'm driving you guys home from the museum. We're going home. We're actually going to a fellow bear. Someone who I just collabed with. So Folk is currently playing Windswept right now. Seems like a pretty cool game. We're gonna go ahead and raid into him, and I hope to see you guys hopefully tomorrow for our 1980s decade study. Would have been funny if Sheeps won. That would have been funny. Thank you for the fun stream. Thank you guys for making it fun. Thank you guys for making it fun. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that raid started. I hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, and evening. And as always, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Bye-bye. We raid.